But it had no.
What's good, good people, man? Yo, I'm sorry, man, but sometimes OBS it be doing some quirky things, man. In the land of I don't know what the hell is going on. But anyway, welcome, man. Give yourselves a round of applause. Tell me if y'all hear echo. I changed the settings for the headset. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but we'll figure it out. You know how we do. On the fly. What's good, I'm your guy. Man. That's what it is. I'm sorry, man. And welcome. OBS, wherever my man Ham Solo just got up and left again. So I don't know what the hell is going on. But anyway, welcome, everybody to the stream. Like I always say, give yourself a round of applause. Tell me if y'all hear echo. Everybody shows up. Hit that share, man. Get people involved. You know how we brand new here. On the fly. Definitely consider liking and subscribing. And welcome. So, we're gonna get wherever right my man Ham Solo just got up and left again. Co-host. So, and we're gonna get into the wonderful and welcome to everybody. Gentle like giant, Mrs. Masterpiece, Master Ace, Miss Akumu. Hit that share, man. Get people involved. How life is treating brand new here.
Doing good. So, I'm gonna end up moving in about a month, 2 months. So packing like mad.
Moving to the White House. Ace. What's
good with you? How you doing? How life is treating you?
Liv, where you going?
Yeah. To be fair, I'm not sure. I'm back either another place here, or I'm going to be moving to Georgia, depending on if I get this job. Either way, I gotta pack.
Where you going? Georgia.
Yeah. There's a studio out there north of Atlanta. So.
Well, congratulations and. Bye, bloody. No, I'm just joking.
I don't have a job right now. I'm just waiting. I did the final interview. Now I'm playing the way we're doing.
It's only echoing in the chat.
Still echoing.
I don't know. Oh. Got it. Well, congratulations. We good now. Bye, bloody. Now speak. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That's not it.
Nope.
I don't know. Somebody say something. Is it me echoing? People in the chat, tell me if it's me echoing or she's echoing.
They said she's echoing, but it's go on the stream,
now speak.
It says she's echoing.
Wait a minute, that's not it. I don't know. Does anybody? Is anybody else echoing?
But
is it me echoing? People in the chat, tell me if it's me echoing. Everybody but me, or she's echoing.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me try something. Let me try something here before we get this show on the riddle. All right, let me do this. Damn, what the hell could that be? I don't know. Echoing. I'm not getting. Is anybody else echoing something? Oh, I know what it is. Let me see. Now everybody talk.
Yo, what up?
Yep.
That should fix it. Tell me if that fixed it, people. Tell me if that fixed it.
No.
If you have a duplicate stream playing behind the primary.
All right, try that. Tell me if that's working.
Yo, what's up?
I see something. NDR3, but they're all muted.
Sounds better, I guess.
Is it better? because I had to mute the NDR files separately. I need an answer. Somebody type. Somebody.
Yeah, I
I can check on my phone. Well, it says
all right,
that seemed to work.
all right.
Okay.
I had to turn off everybody's individual sound in the NDR. So if you ever run into that problem, you use an NDR, you got to turn off everybody's sound. So here we go. We back to the show, God damn it. Now, we get into my man we call the driver, a.k.a. Can't wait to pull up on you 2023. You already know how we do in these gaming streets. Is my man. And the mellow. Super G. What's good with you, Super G? What's popping?
Hey, man, it's all good. The show's kind of behind, so let's just get started.
Well, damn. You like a quickie. Honey, hurry up. The kids is coming home. That's disrespectful. And we have another special guest, man. Awesome dude. Y'all probably seen him on GRG. He also has his own stream called Behind the Sticks, and I need people to go out here and support this brother. His information's in his chat. His Twitter is in the chat. And he has amazing gaming content and conversations on this channel. I did a binge watch on you this week, this brother, and I enjoyed my time there. That's a whole fact. I definitely enjoyed it. We got my man, Ham Solo. What's up, Ham Solo? What's popping?
Oh man, that it just feels so classic. I love that sound that you make when you introduce people.
Thank you,
but
brother.
anyways, I really appreciate you for inviting me, you know, lending out a hand and inviting me onto the show. It's fantastic. I came here last week, listened to y'all do your thing and whatnot, and it was really interesting. You guys had some straight up takes that were just like, it just hit it. It just hit it. So like, I really enjoy being here. It's good to meet Super G and is it a Kamu Mata?
Akuma Matata. I did it for like 8 shows straight. 8 straight shows.
Yeah, 8 straight shows. Oh man,
8 straight shows, jacking it up.
Goodness. And it's crazy because me and my daughter just sat back and watched that movie recently, and I make her keep the captions on, so nice. I couldn't even keep up with it. I guess apparently. Nice. But anyways, I really appreciate y'all's time and y'all's space and allowing me to join it.
Well, we appreciate having you, brother. Thank you for gracing us with the presence, man. You definitely one of them knowledgeable dudes that don't be dealing with the BS out there. And you got to support other content creators and network because that's how we grow together, man. That's the facts.
Absolutely.
And with that being said, without the echo, we are back, people. We are back. Welcome back. So let's hop into these topics. We're going to get into something crazy. So Akuma brought this to our attention. Akuma, explain the topic that you brought up and explain what's going on. Talk to the people.
Okay, so basically scrolling through Twitter as one does, and the original voice actress for Bayonetta came out with the real reason she wasn't returning for Bayonetta 3. Now, Platinum Games had released a statement saying, due to conflicting schedules, that's why she's no longer the voice actress, yada, yada. The truth is they were only willing to pay her $4,000 to voice the entire game, which is not a livable wage where she's currently at. And that's because they offered her lower. They offered her a lower amount, and a friend who does business in Japan helped her write a letter in Japanese, asking if they could negotiate the pay. She got a letter back, and the letter essentially said, love your work, love it. You brought Bayonetta to life. I really appreciate it. I remember when I first saw you as Bayonetta, I fell in love, et cetera, et cetera. Our best and final offer is $4,000 for you to voice the entire game. So she was like, okay, unfortunately, that's not going to be enough. Is there any other things we can do? Can we negotiate a little bit higher? And they then fired her and got a new voice actress. So
sounds no freedom of speech over there.
But
that's just
that's basically what's going on in a nutshell. And it just is bringing more attention to kind of like the voice actors in general and how little they actually get paid. With the whole Jujutsu Kaisen movie and the Crunchyroll, one of the main voice actors in that movie was only paid $150 to voice the whole movie. So I don't know. We're just hearing a lot more things about how little like they actually get paid. And so she also says in her statement that, you know, she's also wanting to bring awareness, you know, to this because a lot of people can't afford, you know, it's like they expect them to do all this work because you figure scripts and memorizing them a lot of times in certain aspects, even as far as retakes and everything, and they're not getting, I guess, paid what they're worth necessarily. She's asking fans to basically boycott the game. She's like, you don't have to. You know, she does make that clear in her statement that you don't have to boycott the game. She goes, but if you choose to boycott the game, she asks that instead of, you know, you using the money that you were going to use to buy the game, that you like donate it to a charity or something. So it's one of those things. I just thought it was kind of interesting, especially what I've been hearing like throughout this year alone about voice actors and how they're trying to start their own union so they can get better pay and things like that. So. Yeah.
Well, that just shows you how goddamn scandalous this industry can be, right? Everybody, when they get busted in these court cases and all this other things of this nature. I had an interview over there on 4GQ TV about on Clown's channel, and we had a discussion. with a voice actress that she said, besides that talking point of the money, the racism.
You disappeared, Lemon.
I did?
Yeah, just FYI.
Again? Yo, listen, man.
We can hear you, but we can't see you.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell going on here, man. I don't know. Today is... Yeah, I disappeared on everything. I know what I did. Sorry. I'm back?
Nope.
No.
Not quite.
Oh, I hit a button.
Oh, there you are. Oh, and there you go.
There you go.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah.
That's what I get for moving. I hit a button to turn off the camera. Well, I know what to do next time when I need to turn off the camera on this goddamn A10 Mini. Well, that's dope. I know how to turn off the camera now just with a push of a button. Wow. Oh, I'm here. Sorry. Now back to this. Now, this is what I'm saying. So we had a talk. They was talking about racism. They was talking about different ethnic backgrounds speaking, or for other backgrounds, like you have a white dude pretending he's a woman, voice acting. Just a whole bunch of mess over there that they need to fix, man, because the stuff she was telling us on 4GQ TV, y'all can look up that interview on 4GQ TV channel. I just was stunned that they got men doing woman parts. They got white girls doing black girl parts. They got white men doing black, and vice versa. They got, if I think somebody's playing an Oriental character, you shouldn't insult them. You should get somebody with that accent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what they doing, man. They seem.
I mean, unless the person can portray the accent well, then I don't have a problem with it. But I see your point.
I mean, you know, like, we see a lot of bad examples.
I mean,
it's more bad than good.
Oh, for sure. Because I was gonna say, like, you look at actors like Idris Elba, who has a straight British accent, but he's played in roles that you couldn't tell that he had that accent, right? So if they portray it well, then I don't have an issue with it. But now I have an issue with the men playing women.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I have an issue with that because you're acting like you can't find women that could do that. You know, like, why do we need to put a man there? And that's nothing against like that whole thing, but it's just like a woman should be able to do the woman's job more or less. And I don't care about the color of the person or anything like that, but to not hire a woman to voice a woman's character is weird to me.
Yeah, that's weird.
There's so many women in the world that I'm pretty sure they can find somebody to do that voice. They don't need a man to do it. But I like to reiterate, I don't care about a black person portraying a white person portraying a black, because in the anime world we have that a lot, where we have African Americans portraying what are white characters, because there really isn't African American characters in much anime or webtoon. So I don't have a problem with that. But yeah, the men with the women thing, that's weird. That's super weird.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely super weird. And anyway, that was good that you brought that up, Akuma, because sometimes you just got to bring an awareness to situations, man. Now this is a topic I'm gonna try to
hold on, add more context to it, bro. She also said that that game sold so many million.
Oh yeah.
So the game,
that's the problem right there. Is they can make all that money on it,
and that's what I was wondering. Where it's going? Where's the money going?
4,000 when they sold millions, not thousands.
So she did make the statement, and she said that total it came out to $450 million. The game, that's how much the game sold, and that's not including merchandise. So they're making even more than that when you add merchandise into it. I did forget that. Thank you, G.
Like yeah. So it's important to add that because that's a big franchise when you start looking at making 450 million, and then you only offer somebody $4,000.
Right, and then for also she stated for basically all the years that she also trained and everything was over like 7 years. Like that, right? Yeah, it's like 7+ years, like 7.5, 8 years. I think she was saying,
which cost her money also to do that. You know?
Exactly.
Dumping her $4,000. That's wild.
Yes.
But
she definitely gave her background in history. She definitely did.
And that's also a problem with the I hate to say it, but like the Japanese culture. They feel like they can just pay people like that and get away with it. You know, so it's
disrespectful.
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
for real,
you figure over there too, it's almost expected that they do overtime, but they don't really get like here. We're just like, okay, but we're gonna get overtime pay, right? It's just like it's expected over there, but they don't necessarily get it.
Yeah, so we got a whole bunch of Activisions out here, huh?
And then
it's
it's actually interesting because I can't remember the phrase off the top of my head, but roughly translated into English, it means sorry that I'm leaving. And when you leave your job, that's what they would say. Oh, sorry, I'm going home. Like they're apologizing. Like it's just like, oh, that's new because over here I'm just like I'm gone.
Yeah, it's bad. You want to touch? You want to touch on his ham Solo?
Man, I mean, she shed a light on an area that probably needed light a long time ago. Like, if she's getting offered to be paid like this, I wonder what her last gig was. How much did you get paid on that last gig?
That's a fact.
And stuff like that. How much are these folks getting paid in these other companies in Japan and stuff like that? Like,
and then that's probably why also they probably just pay him like that generally, and that's why you see so many games with Nolan North in them. He's probably just trying to grab as many gigs as he can because they're not paying well, because he's in everything.
But what brings so much light to this is that's not a small title.
No, absolutely not.
That's not a small title. No. So if you can just imagine what the rest of the world is doing with folks and whatnot, and I mean, I this is kind of a touchy subject a little bit, but Saudi Arabia trying to get into gaming. I'm wondering what's going to be happening with all of that, because with them actually approving the acquisition for Xbox and whatnot, they're more or less saying, yo, go ahead and get this because we're going to be trying to get into it, spending big money too.
And they're probably going to want them to.
They all coming in swinging $37 billion.
Like, hey, we look out for you, look out for us.
Oh, no doubt. China going to do the same thing because of Tencent. They're going to do the same thing. They don't care. Because they know they making these purchases, right? So they want to get in the door. They ain't going to be like, they ain't having that.
And then keep in mind they offered her less before she wrote the letter.
So that means she got less than $4,000 off.
Yeah, they offered her less than $4,000. And it wasn't until she wrote the letter that they were
people
like,
are waiting for that game. That game's gonna be big when it drops.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that game.
The attach rate of that game's be crazy.
But what's crazy is she was almost crying.
Oh yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what kind of touched me.
You could tell that she was scared
emotionally
to put out that message.
But don't be scared of platinum. Don't be scared of platinum. They steal money and they talk when they drunk.
When you're talking, but I feel you. But those are the people that are making that money that are doing all that laughing and stuff like that and being drunk on the screen and whatever.
He be wilding. I can't think of his name. What blood he at? He'll tell you that dude name.
The people on the back end.
Yeah.
He crazy. He's straight off that bottle of sake. Talk about, sorry, Microsoft, we took the money, but We'll still do Scalebound. We'll do it. We want it. Yeah, just give us a chance. That was crazy. That interview was nuts. You seen that interview, Ham?
Interview with what?
With the one of the, it's two of them, right?
Kamiya,
right.
Interview.
The dude
talking about the
plotting games. He was drunk.
I didn't see that.
He was fired up. But he be fired up in a lot of interviews. But yeah,
that's why you wear those sunglasses, bro.
Right.
His eyes, that man be.
I don't know what he on, but woo.
Yeah, he's using that money, that they got to do stuff. But who else is getting paid? And a lot of people point at Activision as being bad. You only got to wonder how many other companies are just waiting to be looked at a little bit closer. How many? Because from what I kind of would think as of right now, that gaming is probably at a state of like a Wild West.
No, it is at that. It's been like that. It's just that we got social media now to talk about it.
Sure. Yeah. And you're noticing that with like NBA stuff too, like sports and everything like that.
I mean, the Suns are going through it.
And the Celtics, bad, bro.
Well, the Celtics, it's infidelity. That don't count. That happens around the league all the time.
But I'm just saying, no matter where you go, the Microsoft. I mean, not the Microsoft. The magnifying glass is on you.
Oh yeah.
No matter where you go, and with things that were Wild West yesterday are not going to be so much going forward. So, I mean, that's why I say that woman. Yeah, she was damn near in tears. I bet she was somewhat scared to be somebody that has to put their face on the screen and let everybody know what's going down here, because now I'm sure other developers are looking at that and being like, uh-oh, somebody else is about to stand up. And I bet this is going to be one of those domino effect kind of things, and we're going to start seeing the interior of some of this gaming stuff.
I can't think, yo, clowns, man. If you get a chance, drop that link in the chat. We did that interview. I can't think of her name. Beautiful young lady. She's from Canada. She resides in LA. And like I said, to hear, we didn't ask her about nothing like that. It just came up like we're talking, and she was adamant about the BS of her trying to get the right background, because it's like what Dave Chappelle said. You can't write black jokes from a black perspective and you're a different background. You can't. You can write a joke, but it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just different. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. Sometimes you got to understand how people are. You can't think you know how people backgrounds are. You know what I'm saying? That's like you going to another country and you Muslim in the United States. You think you can go to Egypt or one of those places and tell them how to be Muslim because you took up a religion in the States? It's a no-go. You know what I'm saying? You got to respect people's space and respect what they bring to the table. So I think they need to match up the right qualities in all aspects when it comes to this, because men voicing women is crazy. That's well, yo, I was on the interview just shaking my head like, I don't believe this just happened. And she was serious. Serious. Yep, serious. So anybody else got anything else before we move on? Oh, first we gotta get into we gotta talk to my man Ham about his gaming history. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna ask him to give him his developer spotlight before we move on. I'm sorry we jumped into that topic, but I know Akumu, I like to get Akumu stuff out the way because she don't really talk too much about stuff. She just look at the topics, go, okay. So when she brings something up, we gotta talk about it first because she's the queen in the building. That's why, you know what I'm saying?
Gotta, ladies
I'm trying to get her, loose her legs a little bit. Just get more out in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Get out here. Let these people know what you really be doing. You know what I'm saying? So I always do that. So, Ham Solo, we're gonna talk to you, man. First of all, tell people about your channel. What made you get into it? What made you get into YouTube?
So first of all, I am fairly new to the whole YouTube scene. I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I have not been like doing this stuff for years or been creating for years or whatnot, but this has always been a passion of mine to be able to speak on what I think and, just keep it respectful with all sorts of different type of people all across the way. So that's kind of what I wanted to represent into the gaming scene. So I've always been pretty passionate into gaming. Started out with the Sega. But you told me to talk about my channel real quick. So TSWSK. I apologize. I just went straight into my history because I love it.
We're gonna get a little bit of everything before we go. We're gonna get it.
But TSWS Gaming is my channel. I run it with Loke7. He is another brother from Mozambique, Africa, while I reside here in Iowa.
Can I say something for the record? I'm gonna say something. I listened to your trivia last night. I only didn't know one answer. Elden Ring. How many bosses?
Yeah, the 83 bosses in Elden Ring.
82. I'd have whooped y'all asses. I'm just bringing that up because I'm petty like that.
All right.
I'm competitive.
All right. We'll come on up.
I was gonna come up, man, but I was listening, but because remember he asked me last week when I came on. I said, "Oh, I like to win." I love games like Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, I'm with all that smoke. But continue. Sorry.
K Mega was wilding during that part. That was wild. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I'm gonna keep it moving. So on my channel TSWS Gaming, I do a show twice a week called Behind Them Sticks, and I talk to all sorts of different people all around the world. I've talked to Randall Thor 19, Wilmy Hood, Jay Barry. I just talked to Jack Move Johnny. I've talked to a developer as of recently, Jerry Hook, which he was the lead designer of Halo Infinite. And he currently started a new studio called Jar Sparks, where he's going to be working. His studio started with NetEase. They provided the money, so he's going to be making a console game. So look out for that in the future. I'll be having Jez Corden on in the next couple of weeks, same as Lemon. Lemon will be showing up on that show in November. I talk to all different kinds of people from everywhere, big people, people just getting into gaming, people that are just getting into content creation, or people that have been gaming and just don't really like to show off their face that much. Like I had J-Rock on camera on that show, and that was
he was on camera on here too. Because this is what we do here. We don't like be hiding behind these symbols and logos. And shout out to my man Graphic Art who does beautiful.
Yeah, I actually had to make that adjustment on my channel as well, because I had some dope people come on that weren't on camera, like Randall Thor, and
he don't like to be on camera,
and slow mo backslap, and a few other folks. Saltiest Gaming I had on there as well. So I've had plenty of people on that were off camera, but I don't like it. So I went on ahead and just made a rule: you're on camera, or we're not doing it. Because I feel like Behind Them Sticks is a show where I'm showcasing who you are. So why would I have you? Why would I be talking to a picture if we're talking to who you are? I want you on camera. Show yourself. Let everybody know who you are.
Be proud of who you are.
And there are some people that can't be on camera for whatever reasons or whatnot. I respect that, but let me know when that reason expires, and then we will press on. And that's how I do it. I'm not going to give any leeway to no leeway to nobody, even if it's somebody big. Like I gotta have some sort of rules. I can't let the fans or the or the guests run my show. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, on Fridays we also do bullshit, and that's with Loke and Cozy Beluga. And now, yeah, I'm gonna go on ahead and get into my history because I'm excited. Actually,
right,
I'm really excited.
Tell me what game brought you. Tell me what console and game brought you into the scene.
So, what console? What the console that brought me in is right here, right here. This Sega Genesis, but I also have a 32X and a Sega CD hooked up to it.
Let's go.
So I got the whole, power thing. But the game that I used to play that really got me into it was this joint right here. Road Rash 2.
Sick.
I absolutely loved this game. I had a pen and pad that I used to write all of my passwords on so I can continue the game, because that's how you did it.
108 Dragons
Also,
TV
of course,
welcomes
like
everyone.
Combat, Sonic, Madden, the guy, the cover that does that right there. I think it's Madden 94. But I absolutely loved that game. And then I loved boxing as well. My father was really big in the Mike Tyson and stuff like that. So I had to have this game as well right here. Greatest Heavyweights. Greatest Heavyweights boxing.
Remember George Foreman? George Foreman boxing?
Yeah, I remember George Foreman boxing too. But this one right here, they talk trash in the fight, calling you a sissy and sucker and all that stuff, and you can have your character be freaking green with blue hair, and it like you did like workout stuff. Like that game was really innovative, and it was actually really good looking for what it was. I mean, but the gameplay was very simplistic though. You just kind of the forwards, backwards, and punch. It was pretty simplistic.
It was as bad as Buster Douglas boxing. It was as long
but it
as
was
his
really
career,
fun.
5 minutes long.
Yeah, it was something else. But as I grew older, I mean, I ended up getting the PlayStation, and really loved that console. Ridge Racer was a big deal on it.
Yes,
but the
yes,
most
it was for everybody.
But oh yeah, Ridge Racer was nuts. Game Day with Jerome Bettis on the cover. I don't remember exactly which year that was. That was that and Game Breaker was my favorite game. Game Breaker became my favorite because my brother went to Notre Dame and he played football, so I got to play as him. I mean, but they didn't really, they didn't put names on there. It's just numbers. But I got to play as my brother's number on defense, and I thought that was real dope to be able to do. And then what I thought was really dope was the kind of stuff that you could do with the PlayStation. So you used to be able to, like, even though you had an American PlayStation, you could put like a disc in, and it came with like a spring that you put inside of it. And then you close the disc, and it reads it's like a Game Shark kind of thing. It'll read the disc,
and then it'll Japanese games.
Exactly. And then the game that I had was Dragon Ball Z.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about.
Battle 22. Yes, this is the game right here.
That was my favorite.
And,
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, it was. Everyone says this game was ass, but no, this game was fantastic because it went through the story. You could actually fly around. You could do the all the different special moves, and it was very deep within the story. So it had a bunch of different fights. So you start from like the early beginnings of Dragon Ball Z, and then go all the way into like I believe the Buu Saga into that game. So I thought that was insane at that time. That game and the other Dragon Ball Z game, I don't remember what it was called.
Not Budokai, right?
No, not Budokai. It was before then. You're muted. What were you saying?
I think it was Final Bout. Final Bout. Yeah.
It was Dragon Ball Z Final Bout. That game, that game was literally ass. It was ass. But it was really dope because you could play as Vegito and Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and Baby's big ass was in that game. So you fought that big old ape at the very end. And I mean, that game was just cool to see because I was heavy in the show at that time. So yeah. So PlayStation was hella dope to me. Speed Punks was better than Mario Kart to me at that time, which was a PlayStation game. But once I moved past that, I went into the 64. of course, GoldenEye and all that joint. But my favorite was WrestleMania 2000.
Oh yeah.
For the N64, that game was just insane with all the creation that you could do with it. You could make your own tag team partners. You had a long ass career, and that Royal Rumble
Create the
was
belts.
no joke. Yeah, you could. I mean, you could do all kinds of stuff. No Mercy was technically better, but
WrestleMania had the better features.
WrestleMania was just my game. Like I understand you could do TLC and ladder matches or like whatever in No Mercy, but I don't know. WrestleMania was just that game. Like I had that game like down to the second. You can get 3 specials off each time. Like, you know what I'm saying? When that special turns on, you go on ahead and pick a special that doesn't take too long but takes a lot of power out of the enemy, like a Stone Cold Stunner, Rock Bottom, or something like that, and you could get 3 off before the special meteor flashed away.
That was a fact.
But my most underrated game for that console was this one right here, Chef's Love Shack. I absolutely love this goofy ass game right here. You could do really weird stuff.
Yeah,
the question it was a trip. Yeah. It was a trivial game, but it had mini games in it. But I was a really big South Park fan back in those days.
Yeah.
But moving on, PlayStation 2 was, or actually, I got the GameCube before I even got the PlayStation 2. And the GameCube game that I played, True Crime Streets of LA. I was a kid, I didn't know any better to play it on a different console, but I played it on GameCube first.
Classic.
Like, it was fantastic. It had it had Grand Theft Auto, Max Payne, and what else would I say? And like Kung Fu in it at the same time. It was just like insane, the kind of stuff that you could do. You could do bullet time while driving in that game. That shit was wild.
I'm gonna tell you something I saw you bring up on your show the other day, and I don't want you to ever repeat this ever again in your life. Or I'm gonna have to turn off your episode. If you bring up that Bruce Lee game again, ever in your life,
I'm sorry.
Me and you gonna have free smoke. Don't ever bring that game up again. Do you remember that Bruce Lee game, Super G?
I remember it. Not like that. I remember the Jet Li one. I enjoyed the Jet Li one though. So
the Jet Li one was dope. That Bruce Lee one was disrespectful to my man's legacy.
That's what I said.
Disrespectful to Bruce.
Why are you mad at me? I told you. I said it was trash.
You reminded me. You reminded me by bringing that up. I had so forgot that happened. I said, God damn it. Because I bought Bruce
that
Lee
game
nut,
3 times, bruh. I bought that game 3 times. Each time
it was on
like the first time I was naive. Right? It was on the OG Xbox. I bought it the first time thinking it was going to be dope, and then returned it. Bought it 2 more times later.
Got him.
Just in hopes that I maybe became a good enough. Like in my mind, I was thinking, all right, I got more skin in the game, in my opinion, into these video games. Let me try this one more time. And it was just like, I just can't. It's terrible. That game was absolutely terrible.
Trash.
But like I said, True Crimes was the GameCube game, and as well as Eternal Darkness. This game right here is insane. Absolutely love that joint. But then I finally got a PlayStation 2. Like I said, big into college football. 06. Really love that game. And do you got balls?
You hurt right now.
You remember Scarface? What's up?
I said you hurt right now. Ain't no college football now. I know you hurt.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I'm not big into college football. I don't care. But
they're coming out with a new one.
Better than Madden one.
It was more. I think it was better because it had more trick plays and
the pacing was faster.
The pacing was faster. NFL, you want to play with your hometown teams. It is what it is. But college I'm not into college. Watching college. That's why I don't do nothing.
I love it. I'm from Lincoln, Nebraska, so I love it.
Right. I'm from New York. We ain't really into college football like that. That's the southern states.
No, y'all aren't.
Right. You got some guys that love it, but on a general basis, we not really big college people. You know what I'm saying? But
not at all. You guys have pro teams. You guys have a ton of them.
Like LA. Like Cali. How many teams?
Yeah, exactly.
Cali got the most. I think us in Cali, right? We got the most teams.
Yeah, and Cali actually cares about their college as well. So like UCLA and Cal and USC, like they care about that stuff. Like they're just sports fans out there, but they're reckless. They're wild out there. But anyways, ain't nothing wrong with Cali though. Cali is pretty dope. I've been there a few times. I don't know anybody that lives there. I just said I've been there a couple times now, so don't get it twisted.
well, my man Super G lives there. He'd be at E3 with us if you pull up. Facts.
That'd be dope.
He's the driver. Dope. He's the one that got us around the first E3. Made sure we didn't get lost or carjacked or killed. Thank you, Super G. I appreciate you.
All I know is I seen the most creepy Spider-Man I done ever seen on Hollywood Boulevard.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
Nah, Hollywood. First of all, if anybody never been to Cali, Hollywood is in the middle of the ghetto. Do not think you go into some uppity area. It's really not.
It ain't.
Hey, that's how it's portrayed like in the movies, though.
Right. No, they only show the strip. But when I first moved to California, we moved to Hollywood. So I'm thinking, you got the Chinese Man Theater, because my godfather at the time, from my father's side, he had, he was a big manager. They moved our whole family out there. It was crazy. The Walk of Fame, all these stars and all this stuff. Then I seen down. Pimps and hoes everywhere, guns, drugs. I said, "Damn, it's gangster out here." It was gangster.
It's wild.
It's wild. We lived in a hotel right up the strip.
That's like
maybe one block.
That's literally like a hustle road. It's just a hustle road. You just walk down that road and everyone's hustling.
Yeah,
everyone. It's wild.
And you see
trying
some
to
wild
get you on a
in
bus
Hollywood.
and shit. Like I was like, bro, I'm walking. I'm good. Like, nah, man, come on this bus. We got a tour for you. We can show you all the hot spots.
We're gonna show you Watts and Compton. Come on, cuz.
I'm good.
Make sure you bring your Watts. It's some souvenirs to pick up.
I just went down there because I wanted to see the Chuck Norris star, because I've always been a fan of Chuck Norris. He's dope.
Yeah, I was happy when Bruce Lee whooped that ass. Oh shit.
Oh man, he did though. And I was just like, that's the only L he took, but he damn sure took that L. Yeah, that was foul. That was foul.
Classic. That was classic.
Scarface, that game right there.
That was underrated.
It was fantastic.
I think it was underrated and overshadowed because of Vice City.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which basically,
even though Vice City was like about Scarface,
right?
That's why it was overshadowed.
I couldn't believe that.
Wild, but yeah, Scarface was fantastic. It was a play off of the movie, and it was like a continuation. If he actually woke up from all that, which is like just so unreal. But the game is unreal too. If you play it, it's insane. The way that you stay alive is insane.
Facts.
But after the PlayStation 2, I got into the Dreamcast because I was feeling nostalgic, and my favorite game from it is right here, Shenmue.
Yep.
The very first one. Love that game. Sir. It was really long. It had the 3 discs and the passport. It is a 4-disc combo. That game was insane. Really long. You had to write stuff down, like phone numbers and stuff like that, to get through the game. You were invested if you were playing that game. But I of course loved Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. I got introduced to 2K on there. So that was I never actually got into Phantasy Star.
No,
I never got into.
That's where it started for me.
I never got into that game.
I've been playing, Phantasy Star. Facts.
Let's see, but Power Stone was there.
Oh my God.
Marvel versus Capcom
2.
Yeah, 2 was the best. And let's see.
Still might be the best.
I'm gonna take you for a ride. I remember that joint every time.
Crazy Taxi.
That was the first time we ever seen sprites with 3D backgrounds. Ever.
Dude, that joint was dope.
Facts.
I loved it. I used to love Juggernaut in that game. Like, he was just wild. Him and
I'm looking forward to getting the cabinet, but they want $5.99. I got my man in the chat, Doggy Dog, over there on the job, because he's the cabinet king in the building with the barcade. We just was talking last night about this. I'm definitely getting that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet. Got 5 other games, but I only care about one.
So this is what's wild. I went from the Dreamcast, and I had the PlayStation as well. I had the PlayStation 2 as well. So I went over to my boy's house, and this is how I got. No, I'm just gonna go ahead with the story. So I went to my boy's house, right? I was a big PlayStation 2 fan, loved it, absolutely loved it. He was like, "Yo, I got an Xbox," and I was like, "Okay, word, that's cool." But I was rocking with PlayStation hard.
I ain't interested.
And it wasn't that I wasn't interested. I was just like, okay, like whatever. Like, cause I had a computer that I played on. I played Max Payne, Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit on my PC at home and stuff like that. So I had a PC that I was playing on. So I was like, Microsoft getting a console now. That's cool. Whatever. Like I got a PC or whatever and a PlayStation 2. So I was like your classic kind of fanboy.
You didn't have Halo though.
No, I did not. But see, when I played that game, I was like, this is dope, but shrug. To be honest, that's what I did. Like I was like, Halo's dope, but like it's not gonna get me to buy an Xbox right away. What got me was when dude. No, I'm gonna let you know right here. What got me was I was sitting over his crib and he was like, and after we got done playing Halo, I was like, "Yo, throw in that Conflict Desert Storm."
Oh yeah,
because I already knew about that game on PlayStation. Bro, it was over there too. It was also on GameCube even. But he threw that in, and I had tracks. Bruh. You got me right there. Yep. You caught me, bro. When I was running through the desert and he said, "Hold on, pause real quick." He paused the game. He went to the audio setting, and bro turned on "Still Ballin'."
Yes,
by
dude, that sounds.
I lost my fucking
that sounds like
mind.
me, my brother. That's wow.
I lost my goddamn mind when he turned on.
They should bring that feature
"Still
back,
ballin'
man.
Till the day I die."
And y'all
you know
running,
what I'm saying? Like I was like,
it just felt
bruh.
So yeah.
It was insane, and I was like, "Bro, what just happened?" I was like, "What just happened? Did you do you have like, cause back at my house, cause I was big into audio back then, and I was really big into gaming. So I used to put my yellow cord in, have my red from the video game, and my white from the stereo going in. So I'd be able to hear, my video game on one side and my music on the other side, right?" So when I went over his house and seen that he just went to the options and did that, I was like, "Bro, what is going on?" And he was like, "Yo, I just have music on here." And I was like, but that's Tupac. How'd you get Tupac in the Desert Storm? Because this don't make no damn sense. We in the middle of the sand. And he is like, "Bro,
that's how we do, cuz."
he was like, "I just ripped my CD onto it."
That's right.
And I was like,
man,
"What? Like you can do that?" And he went to his music area and just had CDs on CDs in there. Yes. And I was like, "Bruh, like no."
Dude, we used to do.
So you bought an Xbox for features?
bro,
he didn't say a particular game. He said features. Wow.
Yeah, because I didn't know any better of like first party stuff. I didn't care about that shit when I was that young. Facts. I mean, let's be honest. I'm playing most of the games I just showed you are third party games. I grew up playing third party games. I didn't care about all this exclusive stuff until now the best of quality seems to come out in first, and there's a lot of really good quality in first person now, or not first person, but first party now, right, compared to back then when it was just the game is a lot different.
Nintendo's
and plus
quality.
these consoles
my brother's in here.
Consoles for the most part.
He is in here.
I just been quiet. Nintendo's quality's always been on par. Always.
Oh, don't debate, because he just came in. He's ready to go.
Dude, remember
don't even
Raw, where you could create the player and do like the custom. You could have like custom music for your player. Oh shit,
man, it was insane. But what game got me after I finally, because after I done seen that, I sold both my Dreamcast and my PlayStation 2, and I said, "Give me that Xbox." I was done after he showed me that music joint. And one of the games that I really loved on there, because I love Grand Theft Auto, because you could throw it in like tape mode or CD mode or whatnot, and you could ride around and listen to your own music. And I thought that was dope. But the game that really got me, that I didn't even need to listen to my own music on, was this joint right here.
Oh yeah,
Midnight Club Dub Edition. Dumb. That game was dope, and I still actually turn that game on every now and then to this day, because
we need another Midnight
it's just
Club,
fun.
dude.
I mean, the customization in that game is wild. You can chop the top on your car, throw rims on it. You can, customize your mufflers and whatnot.
The superpowers the damn vehicles had too. Like the trucks could like ram through traffic.
Oh crazy. Yeah, you could go into slow motion time and slipstream boosting and stuff like that. Need for Speed 2 had some very similar stuff, but it wasn't as reckless as Midnight Club Dub Edition was. But my main game for the Xbox had to be this boy right here.
What's that?
Had to be this
2K5
boy right here.
Oh my God,
Chris Berman, bro. Chris Berman.
Yes.
Hey,
halftime shows. After the
full
week
replays.
is over, shows, first person football, your own music when you score a touchdown or even run out onto the field, bro. I remember I used to score a touchdown. I had the team called the Flamethrowers, or no, they were called the Firemen. And every time I scored a touchdown, Lil Wayne popped up. Fire man. That game was absolutely fire. And then on top of it, had some of the old school games that you can play back on when you went to when you went to your own house. You could play versus celebrities and stack up trophies.
Arcade,
yeah. It was wild. So
I played that game a lot.
So those were like my mains right there. Of course, I got into the 360 and got into like Borderlands 2 and let's see. Of course, Halo 3. I mean, that kind of goes without saying. Call of Duty, Modern Warfares. I wasn't really big into Treyarch. I was more of an Infinity Ward fan. But let's see. I mean, I actually, at that point, once I got into Xbox, the original Xbox, and then I got a 360, I never went back to PlayStation until this generation. Like, I finally, now that I'm like older and I can afford this stuff, I got a PlayStation 3 and I got a PS5. And I feel like that's all I need other than my PS2. I'm good, like on PlayStation and whatnot. Right. I really enjoy PlayStation, but I don't know. Xbox has kind of always shot really high. Like even the 360, you still had the hard drive, but you could plug in an external hard drive to that, watch all these movies. It was super cheap to purchase a 360. The controllers were fantastic, even though like you definitely needed to have some rechargeable batteries for that joint. But to me, it was better than being stuck with a PS3 controller, because those things died fast. Because my bros had PS3 controllers, and the 6-axis was, I mean they die fast, and then you get and then it gives you like a 3-foot cord, so you gotta sit up close. If you have a big ass TV, it's whack.
Remember them days? All right.
So I mean, like,
that's a pretty lavish history.
That thing came out at like $600, and so when I seen the 360, I was like, that's just that goes without question. You know what I'm saying? And the games ran better.
Okay, yeah, definitely, because that cell processor was stupid. they shot themselves in the foot. Plus, they was bringing out $1,200 Blu-ray players with a $600 console that had Blu-ray player in it. Defeat the purpose, fighting themselves. But anyway, so now with that being said,
I have the Xbox Series X, PS5, and 3080 PC. So I'm ready to go. And I still got all these classic consoles that I just got done talking about.
Yeah, PK done talked me into getting a 6900 XT, but what really talked me into it for $730. That's
a good price.
3090 performance at half the price.
Right. Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
So
those are still going for like those are still going for like 1,200 right now, or 1,300 for a 3090.
More than that. A 3080 Ti is $1,400 sometimes. All right.
It definitely was a few months back. It definitely was.
Before we get into the rest of these topics, PK, we're gonna drop your topic early about this NVIDIA since we talking about these 80s and stuff, but we're gonna get into your favorite 5 series of games and your favorite 5 consoles. Go.
All right, so
don't have to be in any type of order.
So one of my favorite series of games is probably the NCAA football series.
Okay.
And like the newer ones that came out for PlayStation 2, I'm not talking about like no Bill Walsh and stuff like that. Like Bill Walsh was dope for its time, and Game Breakers was dope for its time. But once you got like NCAA 06 was like, to me, when I was a kid, it was like insane race for the Heisman and stuff like that.
Right.
Like that's the one that had this girl on the front.
That's the one that has what's his name, Desmond Howard.
Okay.
On the front doing the Heisman pose. So that one was like the biggest NCAA football game that I played, even though 14 ended up being way better, of course, as they evolved and stuff like that. And I still got 13, but I have it on PlayStation. That thing takes so long to load. Like just picking teams, it's like a loading screen, like in between teams. So you scroll like 10 teams down and you gotta wait like 10 seconds for it to load onto the screen. Super duper slow. But also the 2K series, because I was really big into just football in general. And even back on Dreamcast, when you could pick your plays in your controller through the VMU, I thought that was really cool. Okay. Let's see, the GTA series, I was really with that for a hot minute. Let's just keep it a buck. GTA, even GTA. So I went as far back as GTA London 2, and then 3. GTA 2 was really dope when I was a kid, because I used to love getting like the oil slicks and the guns that you can shoot out of your car, but it was bird's eye view. It was dope. But like when you ran over people in that game, I used to think it was hilarious because they did like a little, like, it sounded like you were squishing an ant.
Yeah. Smack. Right.
You're right. But once I got to GTA 3, I was like, what is going on?
3D graphics.
like This game is insane. And I remember flying that dodo plane and just wishing one day that they could make a game that I could actually run on the ground, do what I want, and then hop in a plane. And I was like, the dodo plane seems like the best I can do. And other than turning the nozzle on the tank backwards and shooting and turning on flight mode, you could do that if you knew the cheat codes, because I was all about cheat code central.
Yeah, I gotta introduce you to my man Hip Hop. He loves cheat codes. That's my guy.
Oh yeah,
he turns everything. Unlimited health.
Planet.
He got unlimited health, unlimited rounds. He loved that stuff. Old school status. Game Genie status.
PlayStation players always need something to cheat because they don't know how to.
Yo, don't be talking about my personal friend.
I didn't say him. I ain't say him, but it is a shot.
You gotta watch out because your tongue is vicious.
It is a shot. He did walk around with John Cena's title on for the longest. I did shoot him for that as well.
Oh my God! Here we go. How's your mother doing? Hope all things is well, brother. That's what matters. Happy to have you here. I know you're going through something.
Yeah, working through it. You good?
Good. As long as she good. So that's 3. So 2 more. Let's get it.
All right. So let's see, because this is kind of a little harder than I thought it might be.
Hey, I gave you something I ain't never gave nobody.
Oh yeah, Halo series.
Drop it on people.
That's crazy. I forgot about that. The Halo series, of course.
Okay.
Like once I got, because see, I wasn't really big into 1, and to be honest, to be insane, and people won't maybe like this, I wasn't huge into 2 that much either, because I was still playing, mostly sports games and racing games back then. And I didn't like I said, I didn't care about first party stuff at all then. But the Halo series, once I got to 3, when 3 and ODST came out, it brought so many friends together that it was just insane. I mean, I definitely had Halo when I was young, and I used to play, you could play 4-player campaign and stuff like that with the big ass Duke controllers and shit like that. I was gonna pick it up, but fuck that. But yeah, you can play with those big old Duke controllers.
Why you didn't pick up that Duke controller? You would need a crane.
Bro, I ended up getting the Mad Catz S controller because that was the smaller version of it wasn't like really the Duke anymore because they moved the white and black button to the bottom right hand spot compared to where it was on the Duke, where it's on the top.
Right.
So I don't know. I thought that was a little bit more comfortable and convenient. And they also moved the start buttons over to under your left stick, I believe. Maybe. I don't remember.
Right. So you got one more to go. One more series and your 5 favorite consoles.
All right. So then the last one. Let's see.
Okay, that's your background?
No.
Not no. Oh, that was somebody.
Nope.
Honey, get that belt. We about to whoop the kids live.
All right. So I'm over here looking at my games and whatnot. The last one. Whew. Man.
All the generations of games you played, you can't
because
pick out 5.
Well, the thing is,
it's getting hard in these streets.
The thing is a lot of these games, like, although, like, some of them had like games that weren't good until like a few games in, or they'd have a good couple games and then like the last couple would be terrible. So like Gran Turismo for me when I was a kid, I loved Gran Turismo 1 and I loved Gran Turismo 2, but I hated any other one.
Yeah,
I didn't play any of the other ones after.
They got
that.
slower, they got prettier, but slower, unrealistic. Cars drive around like they on popsicle sticks. They don't never leave the center of the screen. They still do that.
Madden's the biggest offender. NBA Live is a huge offender of that as well, where it's just like, bro, I used to play NBA Live since '95. And like I was stuck to that game. And I thought it was insane. And then 2K came out and it just got left in the dust.
Yeah, facts.
But let's see. You know what games I actually played consistently a lot when I was a kid that I kind of forgot about? I even have the game. Actually, it's Cool Borders.
That's in your top 5?
Cool Borders was a really big game that I played a lot, but yeah, man, I just don't feel like that's a top 5 game, man. It's
not
right.
Our top 5. This is yours. It could be Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Pac-Man World for you. It don't matter. This is your top 5. This is your content creator spotlight.
But see, I know as soon as I get off of this topic,
you remember listen. That's why it's 5.
Of the game and I'm gonna be mad as hell.
I might drop it down to 3 and piss more people off. We got one more. Then we get to your sisters.
Oh man, dude. I'm just gonna go on ahead and I guess as of right, nope, I'm not gonna say that because I don't trust it. I don't believe in it.
Okay, so it got to be something. You only need one more.
Man, you're like what up out of me, and I just don't even know what to say right now.
I done hit you with the crickets like twice. We waiting.
Because I want to say True Crimes because it was a great game, but I didn't like 2. I didn't like True Crime New York.
But it don't have to be a series. It could be a game or series.
Oh, okay. Well, then that goes without saying True Crime.
Okay. I'm like, why you so stuck? You don't got to pick a series. Because I know with Akuma would probably be Mass Effect or something Japanese, right? Right, Akuma?
I do like my Mass Effect. I like my Persona. You're right.
I mean, I'm like, damn, out of all the damn games you play, you can't. But you forgot you just pick a series. No. It could be a game or a series. I was like, damn, what is he doing? Like, What are we doing? Like,
my bad. Because if I would have realized you were just saying a game
or series. There's no way you could pick a series. Your 5 top series is hard because every game you don't like.
I got 5 series.
In a series.
I'm just saying.
Listen, it's very rare. It's
like,
very rare.
Yeah. If it was a single game, if I would have knew that, I mean, Midnight Club would have been in there.
Right.
True Crime.
Oh, now you got to redo the list. Nah, you get one shot at it.
Whatever. I was literally going for series. So we're going to get into your top 5 consoles. But before we get to that, let me shout out my brother that's in the chat, man. My man from Ignorant Gamers is in the chat. Go check his channel out. It's my man Snow Nasty. I don't know why you retracted your messages. I see you in the building. And the reason I'm shouting my man out, because he's the dude that designed the whole Dragon's Den thing y'all looking at right now. He designed the whole artwork. So shout out to my brother Snow Nasty, man. I hope this message is getting to you in good health, man. Shout out to you and the family. He's my personal homie in real life. So it's my guy right there. Continue. Five consoles today. Today, because we got some topics. We got to still get to these topics. We do 2 hours here, but content creator spotlight is different. I'm disappointed in myself after that last round, man, because that was way more thinking than I needed to do.
I was wondering what was going on. I was like, whoa, trivia.
All right, my top 5 consoles of all time is going to be Sega Genesis.
Woo!
The no, I'm not going to say the original one. The PlayStation 2.
Okay.
Because
great
because the PlayStation 2 could play PlayStation 1 games. So I don't know why I'd say I just played a lot more PlayStation on the original PlayStation than I did the PlayStation 2 because I realized
you didn't believe in generations.
You being messy.
Yo, you like that G?
Number 3 is gonna be the 360.
Okay, another great generation of games.
Number 4 is gonna be, All right, yeah. Number 4 is gonna be the Series X.
Damn, it moved up to Game Pass.
Well, man. I mean, it's just so versatile, and it's
you could do it. You could say
nice
it with me.
And new right now.
Say so. Game Pass.
Oh, Game Pass is absolutely fantastic. I love it. Yeah, I mean, it is. Let's be real, man.
Unrivaled by anybody. Continue.
Yeah, absolutely. And then my number 1 all-time favorite is going to be the original Xbox because that's what got me.
G on the block. Let's go.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let's go.
I mean, everybody says the Xbox 360 is better, sure, but nothing blew my mind more than the Xbox. Like I
could burn CDs.
Exactly. Just something simple like that. Because like I said, I had one
so small, but it was a key feature,
that was crazy, Super. That was crazy.
I'm telling you, when I found out you could put when I found out I created 50 Cent and WWE Raw, bro, and had freaking Mini Man as interest music, bro. I was done.
Yeah. Yo, they need to do that again. We got Spotify. You can play music while playing your games. I have an Astro.
It's not the same though.
I have an Astro A40, so I just plug in my player, which is my S8, my old S8. It's new, but it's old. But I use this as my media player.
Music would turn off.
I plug that into my A40 mix amp, and I be having music on. Nobody else can hear it but me, and I still have that same experience.
Nah, that was different, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Turn it off for cutscenes.
They even did it on the 360 as well. It was fantastic. Like I said, I understand 360 is technically way better. It even did backwards compatibility for a lot of games.
As it should be. Everybody get this man a round of applause for his great history in gaming and the history on this channel. And looking forward to doing more things. And can't wait till November 15th. I'm jumping in the building with my Timbs on and some shorts, and we're going to get it popping. Enjoy that. That's a fact.
Let's go.
Listen, but let's get into these topics. We got a few topics. I might cut some out because we really try to go 2 hours here, but I always love to give content creators, whether old or new or beginners or fresh off the block, to come in here and have a good time, get your history so people get to know you. That's what it's about, baby. Listen. I want to talk about, first of all, PK, where you at? You here?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna start off with you because I know you in a situation. So let's talk about NVIDIA's pulling the 480 12 gig compared to the 16 gig after the backlash coming from the enthusiasts out here, because we all know the smaller cards sell more. But PK, you brought this topic up, and you know I love when y'all bring topics, because I always try to start off with what y'all bring, but because I'll be like, man, sometimes my head be spinning. But anyway, PK brought this up, man. It's an excellent topic. So we're gonna start off with the man in the building. Mr. Letrifying One, talk to me about this whole deal. Do you think this was a good idea? Do you think this was really people started like this was really a 470, and then they don't want to say it, so they're bringing out two different SKUs, and then they're gonna hit us with a 470 later. Talk to me. What did you think this was a good idea? NVIDIA pulled this?
I mean, for their marketing, probably it's not even a 470, it's a 460.
Damn.
It's a 4060. the specs is too far and wide to be even called a 4070, and they're just trying to sell it for 900. 900. That's more than a 3080, and it was less powerful. When you go look at the specs and all of the, not just what's on the box, because I told you what they written on the box ain't even enough. They try to trick people and say just because it's 480, I'm just gonna get this one because it's 900. When you're really paying for a 4060 for 900, when you could have just get a 3070 or 3080 for what, half the price, when it comes down to it.
Right.
And they're intentionally manipulating the markets so that way, because let's be real, they have more 3000 series cards somewhere in warehouses than they can sell, or they can sell. They just won't, because they want to keep the prices high. They can literally flood the markets right now and bring all those prices down.
They need to,
but they won't. And then on top of that, they're undercutting their own partners, because every partner card is $200 to $300 more for the same damn card. Because NVIDIA don't charge themselves for the board; they charge their partners for the board.
That's a fact.
So all they do is pass the cost. At the end of the day, nobody was falling for that jazz, especially after the benchmarks came out. And after the benchmarks came out, let's be real, the only card that is really doing anything is the 4090. Not even the 16 gig 4080 is doing anything. You literally can get a 3000 series card, 3080, a 3080 Ti, 30, any of those, and it will outperform the 4080 16 gig, and it's more expensive. They all it is, and what's crazy is the architecture is the exact same as Ampere. It's the same freaking board, dude. All they did was overclock it. That's why it's so massive. That's why it has such huge
heat sinks and cooling, right?
Because all they did was overclock it. Well, hell, you can overclock your own card and not spend the extra money, and still have space for other crap for your PCI slots. Right now, you can't slot nothing in there. You're done. Now board manufacturers have to go back to the drawing board and somehow redesign their boards so it can fit this massive situation. And they may not do it because 2 more years it's going to be a new generation. So who knows? At the end of the day, it's not just that. The hurt's still coming. The power plugs that are being shipped for the adapters for your power supplies, if you don't get a new power supply, it will set your PC on fire, because they are not made. Those adapters are bootleg, and it is terrible. You have to get you a new power supply with the exact adapters that fit those cards. FY. Anyways,
Doesn't it have to be like 800 or something like that?
well, it's not the watt. It's the adapters themselves. They're just not made.
Oh wow.
For that kind of power consumption. They were cheaply put in the box just so you can have something. They are not designed to keep up. So you have to get you a new power supply. If you got one, it doesn't matter.
California don't like that.
I'm telling you now, it is terrible. At the end of the day, they had to pull it because there was so much scrutiny. And people out here in these streets and now we got YouTube, we got all kinds of influencers that do their testing, benchmarking, trying to take it to the limit. They do it because they want to see
108 Dragons TV welcomes everyone.
Overclock this the highest, right? They got nitro going on these things and everything, but at the end of the day, after the benchmarks drop, it is really pathetic that they out here trying to push this product on the people and giving them a worse product, charging them more just because it's a 4,000. Then they have a nerve to gatekeep DLSS 3 to the 4000 series and have no reason why they would not.
No reason, bro.
Because let me tell you, it is not.
My man is starting to preach. Let's go, PK.
It is not a technological advancement. It is not. All it is an overclock card. It's the same damn board. Overclock. Let me just tell you that. It's the same as Ampere. So help me understand. When NVIDIA lied to everyone and said you have to have a 3000 card to have DLSS, you can't use the 1080. But AMD just proved that upscaling does not require you to have a certain hardware, since their upscaler works on everybody's hardware, including NVIDIA. So they lied to you about that.
Talk
then
your
they lied
ish.
to you
Let's
again
go.
and said, well, you got to have these tensor cores. Tensor cores has nothing to do with their upscaler. Maybe their AI or their, it does take post-processing and restructure it. Yeah, that's cool. That does that, but you don't need tensor cores for that. That is a application program, sir. That is an algorithm that you put in your machine learning. No, I don't know why they lying to the public. If you guys ever buy a GPU,
no. You know why they lying to the public? Because they want your wallet.
At the end of the day, what they doing out here is selling stories like Sony does with HDR on PlayStation 4. They out here telling you guys this is a 4K machine, but not really.
Right.
And then, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, they had to pull it. It was so much scrutiny. I'm not saying they had to, because really they don't care. All they're going to do is just repackage it and then put it out again later.
Facts.
At the end of the day, they don't care. They don't view no one as a threat. They don't even view the consumer as a threat. That's why they're setting their prices so high. They feel like they could get away with it. As long as our name is on here, people will spend the money. I'm not saying that that's not true, but I'm saying that eventually competition is going to step up.
Yeah, facts.
And it's not going to look so good to want to have to jump on just because it says NVIDIA, right?
Right.
At the end of the day, I'm not saying they don't put good products out. I'm just saying that they treat their customers like they're the
No, they treat their customers like PlayStation. Let's raise the price $50 in the pandemic. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They treat you like you in the bunny ranch.
Right.
Like you in the bunny ranch. And they just come here, you're going to take whatever they put in your face.
I've never seen nobody do that before. All right. And first of all, let me shout out to my Iron Lord brother, man, Mr. Addict, man. What Addict did, Addict was streaming Scoring. I hope he didn't get bored to death, and then God forbid he fell asleep on the stream like my boy 100 be doing. Shout out to my man Addict, Wandering Butts, and Gamepass. Welcome, baby. I hit you with that train status, because anybody got that Gamepass work, I always hit him with that train. But shout out to Addict. He came in here. What you call that on Twitch when you send your Akumu, when you send your people over there from your stream to somebody else? What is it called?
Raid.
A raid.
Yeah, he just raided Dragons TV. Let's go. Shout out to Addict, man. Give my man Addict a round of applause. He's a good dude. Shout out to my Iron Lord brothers, man. E3 is wonderful. Facts. We'll all be together acting crazy. Akumu, I know you're not heavy into this back and forth with this graphic card scene, but what do you think about this whole situation that's NVIDIA is really doing? I really think it's shady. Shout out to my little brother PK, who really got me wanting to buy the 6900 XT, because I'm not tired of NVIDIA, but I am tired of spending $1,200 on a graphic card. So tell me what you think about this whole situation.
I'll be honest. I don't really. You like you said. You already know.
I know. Short and quick. I gotta go to you on the panel. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, short and quick. For those who know me, for those who don't know me, I mean, I'm primarily a PC gamer, but I'm one of those, like, I tell you I want a beast of a streaming PC, and I have my people who know how to build it, and they tell me what to get. I mean, that's really like the short and long of it for me. So like Lemon was saying, back and forth about like the cards and stuff like that.
Right.
It's not something, honestly, that I pay too much attention to, because I trust the people who build my PC, because you figure one of them is my dad. You know what I mean?
Right. He ain't gonna steer his baby wrong. Facts.
Exactly. So I'm not gonna question it. If he says this is what I need, that's what I need.
Facts.
You know, another one is literally, I have been friends with him since like elementary school. So, you know, we've been friends that long, and he's never led me wrong either. So I mean, that's the long and short of it for me, like, honestly. So I mean, I read the article, I looked at it, but in the end, I was just kind of like, you know, they try to give me the best that's not going to break my bank either. So I wouldn't be spending that much on like a card anyways. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, so to me, reading it, I was just like, ugh, but it sounds bad to say, but it doesn't affect me.
Right, but it's just sounds bad consumer too.
Yeah, so I'm just like, okay, and then I was just kind of like, okay, moving on.
Right, because I ain't into that. Look, let me say something before I go to my man Super G. I'm a fraud, right? I spent all this money to build a monster PC. Now I built a monster PC, and I'm still on my 1080 Ti, because at the time I built my PC with all this new RAM and motherboard, PCI Express Link for all this stuff. I did not buy a graphic card because I didn't feel like I had to call the cops, because I feel like I was getting child molested by these prices. So, shout out to my brother PK once again for bringing out the 60. He showed me the 6800, and I said, but what's the best card? Because I aim for the best. My stuff, I build these parts. I don't play on PC. I'm a fraud. I'm a straight fraud. I'm going to say it again. I do not play on PC. But I have a YouTube channel. I got all these high-end cameras. And I try to export the best quality 4K video, and I need it done quick. I want to export a video in 3 minutes at 15 minutes long in 4K. Even though I may display them in 1080p, but I'm using 4K files, and a lot of them is uncompressed. So I always want a graphic card that can handle that. So when he showed me the 6900 XT has 3090 levels of performance, I'm all for it, because I'm not really a 3090 purchaser. I'm usually a 3080 Ti, 1080 Ti. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? So being that I didn't get a 3080 Ti and that price, I mean, come on, $730 for a custom card already overclocked is crazy. So that's what I'll be probably picking up. I'm still trying to weigh my options, but it looks like that's where I'll be going. So, Mr. G, talk to me.
Hey, PK said it all. Let's go.
Lord have mercy, boy. You're going to stop doing that, because, come on.
Hey, no, because stuff I was going to say he mentioned already. I'm not going to.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's why you got to cut PK off early.
But that's why I chimed in while he was saying it, you know?
Right. You just got to chime in a little bit and piggyback, because PK be hitting some points, boy. So,
you know, that's why I listen, because I'm like, I'm learning stuff from PK. Because like PK, I said, I'm one of those, like, here's the money, listen. Go get what you need. And now I'm learning stuff from PK too.
I called the NVIDIA BS months ago. Whenever I told you guys about the 4,000 cards, like a few months ago, I was like, they're on some BS.
I don't think we need a card every year. I think they should skip one.
They do it every 2 years, but we don't need it every 2 years.
We don't even need 2 years,
No, we don't.
Because it's normally like a console.
Nobody maxes out these cards anyway.
No, because the 3090s still haven't been maxed.
Right. They won't even be maxed for the next 6 years. None of them.
Series.
Right. That's why I still got a 1080 Ti. Dude's like, let me. I got a 2070. I said, good luck. My 1080 Ti kicks a 2070's ass.
Not even a series consoles, man.
So anyway,
we can't say all that. You know what I'm saying? Listen. At the end of the day, I'm rocking. This is my first time ever rocking. I'm full team red.
So am I.
Oh, AMD. Huh? Nah, I'm not doing that. No, whoa.
5950X.
I'm not there yet. I'm not there.
6900 XT.
I'm not there yet.
2 terabyte WD Black 850s. Yo, 64 gigs of RAM. I can keep going, yo.
Is he? Whoa, hey! I gotta get me a pause, time, something.
And I still got 9 fans up in this piece. and I'm still.
Yo, why you in here
rocking.
flexing? You're not even Incredible Hulk. You the Incredible Hunk, you curly head
out.
sucker. Cut it out.
You know what's so messed up? They sold a 3080 with 10 gigs of RAM, VRAM, right?
Mm-hmm.
On Far Cry 5, it cannot play Far Cry 5 with the HD pack because it don't have enough VRAM.
That's disrespectful. But hold on. Stop talking. We got a 3080 Ti owner in here. Don't insult the guests.
I don't have that problem. You know what I'm saying?
All right. We ain't gonna start this AMD versus NVIDIA.
Well, I don't got a Ti. I just have a 3080. I got Asus TUF 3080.
Oh, okay. So what do you think about this situation? Me and you are AMD dudes. I mean, excuse me, NVIDIA dudes.
So
see
you
how
had it
PK
right the first time.
PK wearing off on me. You got to watch this guy. He's a good and a bad influence.
Lisa Sue is a whole different animal.
You know what? Maybe my next PC will be all AMD, but it will definitely be super high end because I need the workhorse for this content. But anyway,
they got the best CPU, so you might as well do it.
100.
They got the best
100%.
Anything else y'all want to tell me?
Price for performance, they have the best. Now that they're making.
You want me on Team Red? Because red is my favorite color. You see when I do my little videos in my movie studio, it's all red stuff. My Biggie picture got the red background, the red curtains.
I've never seen Intel tap out, but they
tapped out. They tapped out.
They tapped out.
They tapped out. They was like, we're gonna try to mess with these GPUs right now. Facts.
All right, Ham Solo. Do you have anything to say? Because it looks like this is I feel like this is a PlayStation room and we all play, and only one person play Xbox in here. This is lopsided.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh, what just happened?
All right. So yeah, I mean, in the sense of PC stuff, like I'm still new to that. Like the build that I got now is the first one that I've ever put together myself. I got a 3800X CPU with a 3080 and Asus TUF motherboard. Like I don't know a whole lot about it. I watched a bunch of stuff, but I can tell you one thing. They are after your pockets 100%.
Oh yeah,
100%. They seen what scalpers were doing, and they're like, "Yo, people are willing to spend stupid money. People are willing to like spend rent on these things."
Well, it's like 10 people. Because they're major cards. Yeah, it's not a lot. Their big sales come from
majority
1050s.
Of people
the 50s and 60s
still have 10 series cards.
Yes. They it's the 50s and the 60s. No matter if it's a 10 series, a 2 series,
of people still running on.
They don't.
Cards.
It's only the enthusiasts.
FOMO is a drug. It's a real drug right now. FOMO is a real drug right now, and people are falling for things that aren't really upgrades.
Oh, we got somebody in here stunting. Shout out to Gamepass. He said, I got a 4090. Yes, you got a card bigger than the Xbox Series S.
Crazy.
Gangster.
That 4090 is crazy.
He came in here really stunting.
Yeah. I mean,
that's what I'm talking about.
That 4090 is wild.
Yeah.
Anybody that wants that can definitely get it. But again, all it is an overclocked 3000 card that you can't put anything else in your PC. Because
that thing. That
3.5 inches wide.
Yeah, that thing is big, yo. But it's
you almost gotta build a new one for it, bro. You almost gotta build a whole new PC.
Yeah, that's why I always get bralette cases, man.
Tower, bro. Like you have no room for another PCI slot. None.
It's like as big as a PS5 almost.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
That thing
is
massive.
Let's keep the show rolling on, man.
Yeah, I'm good.
Now, man, this is something I wanted to discuss real quick before we get into. We got the two juicy topics. Shout out to everybody that's pulling up, man. Like I said, once again, shout out to my ILP brothers for coming in here and raiding the channel. I never had that happen. That was awesome. Let's talk about Game Pass partnering with Meta to bring Game Pass in VR. Now, I don't know who's seen this, but if you look up on the wrong one. If you look up on the screen, this is what you will see. This is what you'll be seeing. Now, I'm excited because this week, I'm going to tell you, man, I picked up a battery that extends my Quest 2, my Meta Quest 2, for 8 hours of extended gameplay on top of the hours you have. It's a small little battery pack. It looks nice. It fits. It matches the white. I can't think of the exact same name, but I was excited for this because I seen people side load a lot of stuff with Game Pass and streaming their Xbox onto the Meta Quest or the Oculus Quest or whatever you want to choose to call it. But it's good to see that different devices outside, and we'll get into another device later, that Microsoft is licensing and extending on their own. So Akumu, talk about this whole partnership between the Quest headset and Microsoft, bringing Game Pass to those players.
I think it's interesting. I think it shows that, yeah, they're not slowing down at all, right? They're not just like, okay, we have Game Pass, here and here. It's just like they're thinking, where else can we bring this? What else can we do? And yeah, I think it's really interesting. I can't wait to try it out. Like, I'm going to try it out myself, like to be like fully immersed, right? Because you figure it's VR. So you're not just going to have what we call like the pancake screen, right? You're going to be like fully immersed. And I'm just like, I can't even imagine. Like, well, I can imagine, but I can't imagine, if that makes sense.
Right. It does.
It's like I have ideas of how it's going to look, but so I'm excited. When I first heard this, I was like, okay, this is something that I am legitimately excited, and it really made me glad that I got a VR, which I really just got one this year for my birthday. So I'm just like, ooh, good timing. Whenever they release this, because as far as I know, they didn't have a release date when they were going to do this yet, if I'm remembering correctly. But I'm definitely going to be on the lookout. I can't wait to see what it is. Since I played VR before, I'm hoping this won't happen to me, but I guess it depends on the type of game. The only thing that I'm worried about is depending what you play on or what game you're playing, maybe getting a little of that motion sickness since it is in VR, or it getting to be a little bit too much. But, I figure that's going to be something to address once I get in trying it. And then I figure it's going to be game by game. Same thing as it is now in VR. So.
Okay. To our guest, Ham Solo, talk to me, man. Talk to me what you think about this VR. Are you a VR player?
I got a VR right here. I got a Quest 2.
Yeah. So what do you think about this?
It's a nice device. It's really fun to use every once in a while. I'm not like a full on. I'm not like Asa from Game On Daily that's sitting there running around on the damn playing what is that? What's that game called? The Bethesda game. No, that Bethesda game. No, Skyrim.
Oh, Skyrim in VR.
That fool playing Skyrim with the damn what is it called? Treadmill thing. And
damn! He got the whole shebang bang.
Yeah. I'm nowhere near anything like that at all.
Yeah, he's looking like RoboCop.
For real, he is, because he like all leaning forward and back, and like it looks wild.
Okay,
it looks
I'm not
insane.
that involved either.
Me either.
Yeah.
But first of all, I like to play VR games. I can sit on my couch. I don't want to be doing all this.
That's what kind of gamer I am with VR. Like standing games. I'll play like Super Hot. Or what was another one, or like the Beat Saber, stuff like that.
You know what's my thing, Ham Solo?
What's up?
Dan Central. Challenge. What's up? Anybody in the chat want that Dan Central smoke? I got all the smoke for your asses. What's up?
No snap.
What's up?
that's interesting.
Me and my daughter, we doing TikToks and all that together. What's up?
You should stream that. that would be something to see. But yeah, I mean, the way I really play my VR when I like to play it is, sitting down chilling. So like I was playing like Star Wars Squadron on it, because you can already play some games in Game Pass on your VR. You could do that.
You could side
before
load.
They announced this.
Yeah, side load. Yeah.
So and the crazy thing is I don't have one of those link plugs that goes from my Quest 2 to my PC. Those things are like $70.
No, they're not. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you a link to the one I got. That's $16 and 16 feet.
Oh,
I got you.
okay.
I got
Send
you.
me that
go.
too, Lemon.
Yeah, I got you.
Right?
Listen, I game hard, but that
don't.
don't mean I don't like a bargain. And it's thick,
Right.
great quality cable. I got you. I bought it from Amazon. I got you. I just gotta look at my order history. I got you.
Well, Lemon, let's keep it real. If you're a gamer, you love bargains.
Oh, facts. No, Game Pass don't count, people. You don't like
what
bargains.
are people
Game
talking about
Pass is
over here? I wanna
diabetic
spend
gaming.
70.
It's welfare gaming. It doesn't support the developer. I sound
Sure.
like a goddamn
Give me a
Game Pass agent.
You
But
can call me
anyway.
welfare all you want.
Yeah,
I
call
don't
me
care.
welfare while I'm playing way more games than you are for less the price.
Yeah. You keep playing Spider-Man for the 18th time.
God damn,
I'm gonna play something
disrespectful.
new. You know what I'm saying? Like, say what you want to say. Oh, scoring got a 71. I don't care. It's a brand new game. I'm playing it.
Scoring, I don't even talk about. That's not an Xbox game. That is a
It's not.
Xbox console launch exclusive, which means
It's Ep Software.
it's going to PlayStation. Why are we doing that? I didn't say nothing on Twitter the last 2 days. I said, who cares? I don't even like the game. It's not for me.
As right now, I know that there is nothing that says it's going to PlayStation right now.
No. It's a console
from,
launch exclusive. Console launch exclusive.
But it probably will, just like Tunic and stuff like that.
And Medium. Console launch exclusive means it launches on Xbox for a medium time. And then it
I remember
over.
people were like ready to own Bloober before they even realized it was going to PlayStation. They were like, Bloober is for us.
But
and
I know
everybody
one
was
thing.
tapping for the medium.
Tunic dropped in Game Pass and dropped on PlayStation for $30.
I mean, there's plenty of games like that, right?
That's kind of the facts. Don't be mad at the messenger. Talk to your company. Maybe they'll drop the price of PlayStation. Something.
I mean, the other side did it as well. Look at Godfall. Godfall's on Xbox now. So yeah,
and it was cheaper with all the bells and whistles.
They both do it.
Yeah,
it is
they
what
both
it is.
do it. Right.
But as for this Quest 2, it's really dope because like one thing that I never really thought to do with it, because I always played like flight sim on either my mouse and keyboard, or I'd play with it with my Xbox controller. My Xbox controller was plugged in to my computer. So like I never thought of that, but within this new within Xbox Game Pass being on the Quest 2, you'll be able to link your Xbox controller to it. I'm not sure if that was something that you could do before, but if you could,
I didn't even know that. You just told me something.
Yeah. So I'm reading here that it's from Gameran. It says in Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscriptions will be required to use the service on the Meta Quest 2. Gamers won't need their Quest 2 controllers to play. The standard Xbox controller can be linked via Bluetooth with the Quest, offering the best.
I see an onslaught of gamers
control options,
picking up some more Quests.
Exactly. So that's one thing that I read that I was like blown away by. I was like, man, I didn't know you could.
I didn't know you could do that.
You can do that. Like that's actually making me want to use my headset now instead of before, because now I'll be able to like plug this. But now I'll be able to plug this in and literally get it into my recliner, and just like I won't have to have it plugged in directly to my PC anymore, because that's how I had to access Game Pass before. I had to have my Quest 2 plugged into my PC, or actually not even. I didn't have to have it plugged in. I could play it through like Airlink. That's actually how I was playing it, because I told you I need that cord. So I actually kept my thing plugged in to keep the charge going, but I actually had an Airlink to my PC, and I was playing Flight Sim and Squadrons. And you might think, man, that Airlink, that sounds sus. That joint works actually really good. I'm sitting there looking.
Ain't nothing better than a cable though.
Oh, absolutely. I mean that's it's like Wi-Fi compared to direct connected.
Right.
So I mean, but I was just surprised on how well it worked and how little the lag was, because I was able to look around my plane. I was able to take off and land without issues.
And I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be better about that cable. Your graphics increase.
Oh, big time.
By a lot.
Big time. Because it won't be like pretty much.
It won't be on a cell phone processor.
Exactly.
That's what it won't be on. It'll be using your graphic card.
It'll be much more smoother. The resolution will be a lot better.
Yeah, way better.
I won't have to do as much finagling with the back end stuff as much. And then on top of that, if it's gonna be Game Pass, like I can now not have to rely on my computer. I can literally just go sit on my couch.
Yeah, facts.
And hit that recliner and have an Xbox controller in my hand, and I'm just laying back looking around, and I know my exact buttons. I don't have to sit around and like use a Quest 2 stick for Xbox games and wonder what buttons mean what. Like, where is my R1?
You know what my first game gonna be? You know what my first game gonna be? Shout out to my boy Mastermind who just pull up. You know what my first game gonna be? Halo.
What's up?
Halo.
Oh, okay.
Halo.
That's a good choice.
That's a fact.
That's a really good choice.
All right. Let me move on to my man Super G. Super G, what did you think about this? Are you a VR player? And did this like what did this deal? This new partnership?
I wish I could play 2K5.
I mean,
it's awesome for those who dabble in VR, but like I told you, with these glasses and all that, I can't stand it. I can't do it. So
that's a difficult point, man. You know, they do different things with these glasses, man, and it's crazy. We don't get into a VR headset. Matter of fact, we might just go into it after this topic, being that we talk about this, but I wanted to talk about something else with Game Pass. So we might skip out on that, and I might make it through a separate video unless my panel wants to get into the new $1,500 AR stuff. Before we get into that,
Jesus.
PK, but that's not.
Yo, but it's good that Xbox is doing exactly what they're saying, being everywhere, bro.
Right, but the new just for the record, those new VR headsets from the Meta Quest Pro is not a commercial version of Quest 2. That is a augmented reality situation over there for $1,500. Because remember, the what was the one from Microsoft called? The AR reality. HoloLens was $4,000. So this is not a competitor to the VR market that people tried to make it, because if you watch the video, it's professional use and it has some gaming features, but it's more for professional team meetings and stuff like that at $1,499, $1,500. But before we get into that, juicy time. Oh, first of all, where PK at, man? PK, what's up with this VR stuff for you? I'm sorry, I don't see you on screen. That's why I keep diving back to you later, because it won't let me pull your icon.
Is that my Game Pass stuff?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Game Pass on the Meta Quest before we move on.
I mean, it's a draw for them.
And you don't play VR either, right?
Sometimes, I mean, it's not my preference, but sometimes I mean, Game Pass has a audience. So when you put that on VR headset, which is niche, it has a draw.
Right.
So that matters. Right. So they already had a partnership since they sold them the best streaming service ever. And we won't go back in time and talk about it, but to me, it was still better than anything out there now. But they already had a partnership, so it just made sense. And plus, like I said, the publicity, it works for both. It's a win for both players, both parties. Meta's trying to push their VR and get people in their metaverse. What a better way to attract the people that's already in the Game Pass ecosystem.
All right. So we're going to keep pushing, man. We're doing pretty good. We're running through these topics and giving people these facts. But I'm going to talk about something, and I'm going to say this, man. Because a media outlet, they're bigger than most YouTubers, and that sometimes they're really not. But when you push a narrative from the business side of things, and you're not a business side person, or you're not an accountant, you're not one of these CEOs, you're not a COO, you're not even a manager at one of these companies. And when Game Pass came out and was announced, dudes start running with, this is not sustainable. It's impossible for them to generate the money they wishing. Dudes is like, this is diabetic gaming. This is welfare gaming. It's a Netflix rental service. This the new Blockbuster. All kind of insults. Now, when Phil Spencer first spoke about Game Pass, let's be real here. The man was disrespected, ridiculed, and laughed at. But being that we have all this CMA regulators, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, China, FCC or FTC, listen, everybody has to pull out their paperwork. And Microsoft don't report numbers to places like IGN. Y'all not that important. Bigger outlets like EGM. Y'all not that important. Bigger outlets like Kotaku. Who's not that important? Magic Box. You're not that important. Pure Xbox or anybody else on the planet they don't report to. But to prove their cases and what they had to do, they had to drop these official numbers to these regulators. And it looks like in 2021, they have raised and generated $2.9 billion. Let me say this again. $2.9 billion. Now we're going to start right off with my man Ham Solo, and then we're going to go to the Queen. Listen, IGN got out there and said there is absolutely no way that they can sustain this. Now, on a whole, we know they cut these deals like everybody do. Like, I don't see how Final Fantasy is making money, and they just shut down a server for a game they brought out last year. That's only on PlayStation. But we ain't going to talk about that Final Fantasy game. That's officially dead in the water. But when you make these third-party deals to not bring it to other consoles, that's diabetic gaming. Because I'm still seeing how y'all generated any money back from the 3 starts that Final Fantasy VII Remake had with 3 different developers. But with that being said, y'all didn't say nothing about that not being sustainable. Y'all not saying that the low console sales on PlayStation of Final Fantasy VII ain't sustainable, because they surely spent more money than they made with it being a console exclusive. So now that we see these numbers from Game Pass, if it's generating these type of numbers with a little bit under 30 million people being subscribed. Now, when I told people they're making over 250 million a month if you just pay for Game Pass. We're not talking about content. We ain't talking about DLC. We just talking about basic $10 a month, 250 million people. That's $250 million a month. I don't see how that's not sustainable. But at $2.9 billion generated in just 2021, Ham, give us your thoughts on this remarkable slap in the face to the industry, because nobody saw them numbers coming. Talk to me. What do you think?
So I think it's kind of a hate to admit it moment for PlayStation and PlayStation fans. I really think that's what it is, because the way Jim talked about, Game Pass and how they can't, maybe they can't afford to do the same thing, because as much money as they sink into their games, which are absolutely fantastic games. I mean, Spider-Man's fantastic. Ghost of Tsushima is fantastic.
Facts.
I mean, God of War here coming up is fantastic. Even the bump up to 60 FPS that they did for God of War was fantastic on PlayStation.
Facts.
That was the best way to play it. Same with Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know why they're talking about possibly making a remake for that.
Ooh,
but to me, it's just like, to me, it's just like, man, if you, I like maybe this doesn't equal the same, but like if you weren't making these deals for third party like exclusivity for like a year, 2 years, or missed or question mark sign like freaking Final Fantasy VII is, right? If you weren't doing all of this background dancing, trying to money hat this, money hat that, this can't be on Game Pass, that can't be on Game Pass, here's some money to keep it off kind of stuff. If y'all weren't doing all that, maybe y'all could invest in putting stuff like Horizon Forbidden West into the service like a day and date, or maybe not day and date, but maybe like 3 to 6 months after, to where you could like build upon your subscription service. I don't see why they wouldn't want to do that. Them talking about putting games onto PC a year or later, to me, is just insane. Like the way that they talk about it is insane. But I'm looking in the background on what's really going on, in my opinion. So I feel like Sony's more or less just sitting back and like watching, because they're the market leader. They know it. They're going to complain and act like, oh man, poor us. We're mom and pops. No, they're not. You're not. You're a grown ass company that did what Microsoft's trying to do right now to get PlayStation up and running. You guys admitted it in your documentaries. If you do your research, you can find it in a simple YouTube search.
Mm-hmm.
Bro admits to get into PlayStation, we were buying things left and right. They killed off Jaguar, 3DO. They killed off many. I mean, Sega, yes, they did. I mean, everyone wants to say Sega killed themselves, but that's not true.
No, they was on their way out. They definitely was on their way out, but they didn't help them either. About that. They was on first of all, they had bad management. And I'm gonna tell you why.
They had horrible management.
I'm gonna tell you why.
They could not communicate between Japan and America.
I'm gonna tell you the problem with Sega.
32X was the biggest shame ever.
I'm a huge fan, and that's one of the consoles. Let me finish, PK.
Nintendo
Let me finish.
VR is the greatest.
Well, yeah. No, Labo's worse than that.
I'm talking about
Sega did this to themselves. Sega did this to themselves, right? We know research and development. It's costly. They was bringing out too many devices. 32X, Sega CD separate. They was doing too much. Game Gear
like every 2 years.
Right. They killed themselves financially by innovating the business. That's what they did. So that's why they was on their way out. Not because they was coming up short for us. Because Sega of Japan is who killed Dreamcast. They didn't want to buy it. It wasn't us, the United States. It was Sega of Japan who did that. So Sega was in trouble. Sony came along, saw them in trouble, and slapped them in the face on the way out.
No, they were straight up the Scar to Mufasa. Right. They said help. and Sony grabbed them paws and just threw them off the cliff and said, see you later.
They saw him standing on a leg. Instead of going up there trying to say, yo, we could play nice. They was like, they gave him the boot. They Sparta. This is Sparta. That's what they did.
Everyone wants to
Sega didn't help themselves. They was definitely in trouble. We're not gonna say they wasn't, but that's why they was in trouble.
Because everybody remembers Tomb Raider for PlayStation, but that was supposed to be on the Saturn, and that was supposed to be a Saturn exclusive.
Listen, man, they messed themselves up, and then we got like BS leftover games, right? We got leftover games, and it is what it is, man. It is.
So my whole point to all this, why I bring all of this up, is because I think, and I said this last night on K Mega's podcast as well, is I think they're pretty much behind in what they're doing is buying time left and right with everything that they do. Look at everything that they've done as of just this last, I don't know, let's say 2 years. They got Nixus. They're behind on putting stuff onto PC. So what do you say when you're behind on putting stuff into PC? You're not going to say, oh, we're going to get this out as fast as we can. We're sorry. No, they're going to say, hey, customers, we love you so much that it's actually going to be a little bit until this stuff comes out on PC because we want you guys to enjoy it here first. They, in my opinion, it's like, bro, they want that money right now, but they can't really catch up quite yet because they just bought a studio.
Well, Nixus, right?
To PC.
You got to look at Nixus.
Yeah,
right?
Nixus. Nixus is a new purchase. Everyone,
but you know what Nixus came from?
Mixed up.
You know what Nixus came from?
No,
they came from Square Enix. That's what they was working for. See, if people didn't notice that, go to all your Final Fantasy games that's on PC. Look who did it. They're a development team to port console games to PC, right? But they're one team. So if you bring out 2 bangers in a year, they're not going to bust out 2 games like that. It doesn't work like that. GTA took a lot of slack for those GTA remakes or remasters. They wasn't remakes. They was remasters. Rockstar didn't do those games. Not one of them. Every last one of them had the same problem. It was one company. Can't think of the name right now. But it was one company doing those games. Same thing with Nixus. You can't put Spider-Man. You can't do Horizon, they can't do it. They don't have the team behind them to do multiple games. That's why you got to wait. Because they got one team, because Sony don't know how to do it. They're not a PC company. They're getting their feet wet right now. So they hire somebody.
A software company.
They're
just getting into software.
Right. So they're
getting into software.
They're new to that market, and it's good. I mean, at least the PC people will get a chance to play these games. Faster.
No, that's not facts. You're not gonna do that on the show.
But what we're not gonna do? PK talk.
First of all, yes. Sony has been in the streaming game before Microsoft. So let's.
I didn't say streaming.
No.
I said PC ports.
And
I didn't say streaming, PK.
I was getting into that actually because because time out real quick, PK. They've had several things before Microsoft had them. They had rewards before. They had streaming with PlayStation now.
Right.
I mean you're right, PK. They've had this stuff before,
but not PC ports. That's what I'm talking about. Ports, but they're not PC porting company.
Well, no, they bought a PC porting company.
That's what I said, PK.
And they gonna have their own launcher on PC.
Yeah, I mean, so they eventually, yes.
Try to have all the money to themselves.
No, yes, facts. Those are facts, but they surely not a PC porting company. They're not that company. They don't take their first party games and put on PC. This is brand new for them. That's what I was talking about. So they did have the streaming, like Ham said, like you said, yes. They definitely had some services that Microsoft didn't have. Just Microsoft is doing it better. And Microsoft is a PC company first.
Well, part of the problem is all they did was rehash what they bought from Game On or whatever it was, and they never did anything to the infrastructure. Just kept it the same.
Yeah, they kept it the same. They didn't grow on it.
All they did was just put all their old games on there. They didn't do anything about new games or didn't really care for that. They just found and what's worse, I think everybody have amnesia. Think about it. They complain about Game Pass Ultimate, but how much do they charge for PlayStation Now? Can anybody tell me?
Yo, I'm about to shut your mic off. This guy.
How much did they charge for PlayStation Now for that butt service?
$18. And want to raise it to $23.99.
$20. And it didn't even have nothing on there. And you couldn't, your game saves.
He said, hey, yo, bing bong.
Your game saves got rotated out with the games. So, yeah, you got to start over.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, check this out. All that was terrible and horrible. And they charged $20. And people actually subscribe to that. What's really crazy is, how is those same people that butt to pay that price for that butt service and then turn around and look at Game Pass and say, you know what? There's nothing I like on that service. And yet, I just called that person this year, right? They was like, look, we're getting Dragon Quest 11 and Dragon Quest Builders.
We had those games.
And I said, dude, that's been on Game Pass for over a year.
Boy, it's preaching. Let him go.
That looks like 10% of the Game Pass library right now. But you were steadily thrashing it a year ago. I'm gonna let you hold this L because you are definitely a fraud in these streets, celebrating this BS, this hypocrisy of a montage that you create. We should just make a montage of these people, really.
Oh my God!
Because everything they say is crazy to me. Like, no, it's nothing I want to play. Yet when it comes to this, which is the same goddamn thing, they just brought it out like it's something new. PS Plus. All it is the same thing. They're going to mimic and do the same thing Microsoft is doing now. So yes, there will be
Apple to Samsung, bro. Same shit.
Yeah, they're gonna do it.
Samsung brings out all these different features and everything like that. It's not good or new until Apple does it. Same shit. So,
hey, I'm just saying.
It is. It's literally that exact thing because it's insane.
Think about this. I'm going to teach y'all something. Sony was not the first console to go online. It was actually Sega. Sega had the first console to go online. And it wasn't even Dreamcast. It wasn't even Dreamcast. Think about it. But when they shipped the Dreamcast with a
56K modem.
Yeah, built in.
56K modem.
The first PlayStation 2s did not have online capabilities because it came out in Japan, didn't have it. They laughed at them and said that's only for PCs. But when it came out in America and the Dreamcast was strong in America because it had 2K online, it had Final Fantasy Star online, had all these games online, and it was strong, had all the fighting games online. Everybody was going crazy. But you know what? Then they redesigned the PlayStation.
Well, I bought the Final Fantasy 11 that came with that hard drive, and you had to buy that network adapter.
Remember that? The big ass network adapter.
But think about this.
Screwed into the back of the console.
Think about all the people in Japan who bought it first who didn't even have that capability. They had to go buy a new PlayStation because they didn't even have that expansion for you to plug in that. Think about the Wii. When the Wii came out and less powerful console and just kind of took over the world at that point. Who decided that they needed motion controls put up in their system? Who bought that PlayStation Move? Don't act like you didn't. Sitting there with your go-go sticks is red and blue. Come on, don't act like you didn't. Don't play. Every time something good happens, they like, you know what? Let's try it too. And I'm feel sorry for you guys. You know, actually, I'm happy that you guys are gamers invested in the PlayStation VR. But you know, I just don't have to take care of your games for it because we believe in generations. Just understand that. We believe in generations. So if you spend $550, $600 for this and buy 2 games for your PSVR, just remember, we believe in generation. And that $600 is a good investment. It costs more than your console, but it's a good investment because 2 games they can't go forward. Hey, listen. At the same time,
and just remember, you gotta buy 4 games to get in line.
Service, don't worry.
I have a problem with your VR.
No. Wait, Super G. You gotta get platinum trophies too. You can't just buy.
You gotta get 100. No, platinum specific trophies. 128 of them.
And you gotta do it consistently. You can't just do it one time.
Yeah, you gotta maintain that number.
You gotta buy all the games.
All right. Can we get back to the topic?
Oh my lord! Wait. I mean,
he called me 100. Yo, G, we ain't doing this on the show, G.
They were posting their levels on Twitter like it's an achievement. Yo, like I'm about to get my priority customer service. I think, yo, you guys are. What is? They need to unsubscribe to that religion, bro. I tell you, we need to have some kind of intervention for those cats.
Oh my! Are you finished?
Yeah.
This topic was about Game Pass and the money it generate. Ham, thank you for lighting the fuse. Thank you for lighting this boy's fuse. Yo,
if Game Pass wasn't a threat, why is Sony out here?
I always seem to do that.
Why is Sony out here paying people?
I derail it.
Paying people to block acquisitions and keep games. They don't even own Final Fantasy. You know what? Xbox can't have it until you make all of them.
See, I'm the Mark Jackson of podcasts.
Oh, you throwing assists? You throwing all the alley-oops, the backdoor plays?
No. I'm in Reggie Miller's ear in every single podcast.
I see. You're creating a killer.
Yeah. He's talking some trash on you, bro. What you gonna do about it?
He said next time down, he's gonna score 3 times on you. What you gonna do about that? Oh my God! All right, you know what? I'm done with both of y'all. Super G, do you want to give input, you and Akuma, because these two are instigators?
What are you talking about? I'm right there with them.
I'm looking out to understand how is it good. How is it good now, but it wasn't good last year when it came out on Game Pass. But
yo, look, I know what PK needs to do for Halloween. You need to go to Party City and get you a King David suit. You need to be King David for the holiday season. That's a fact.
No, I just want to understand it. Somebody need to come and have a conversation.
Shout out to my brother, man. Oh, Lord. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No. Let me put it like this real quick. So I was saying this the other day. I said, yo, PS4, Xbox One generation, they got off to the race. PlayStation was a little slow with their games, but they caught up to Xbox quick, and Xbox pulled a hammy. They fell down.
Right.
the end of the race hits, PlayStation won by a massive margin. And then you go to the start of this race, and in that last race, PlayStation was so far ahead, they went on ahead and threw on some ankle weights. They were like, I'm gonna get a workout in while I'm doing this. This is good. This is great. They showed up to the next race. They at the racing line. They start running. PlayStation forgot to take off the ankle weights. Xbox ran right by him. Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying with all this stuff right now. With backwards compatibility. We believe in generations. Now they got a backwards compat team. Now they're working on a subscription service. Now they're working on PC games. Now they're putting more money into mobile. Now they got a rewards program. They brought that back. What I'm saying was, bro, they had a lot of these tools already, but they forgot somebody's been working behind the scenes. And
watch it.
When Xbox showed up, they said, yo, bro, not only am I repaired and healthy, my injury is gone, but I've been on that workbench. I've been working out. You ain't even ready to see what I got right now.
Hey, Ham.
So I'm just I'm excited this generation. It's gonna be a fight.
You know what they did? They went and got a new quarterback. They got tired of the old PlayStation one that was working for Xbox.
They got rid of Carson Wentz.
And they said, we got to get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? We can't never win.
You know what? Y'all, Tom. I'm gonna get something for the enemy. I'm gonna get something for the PK because he ain't gonna stop. We need to go to Akuma. We got like 2 hot more topics, man. All right. Is that okay, PK?
Yeah, you activated my trap card.
I didn't. That was Ham.
My bad.
And Super G's like, you ever seen Harlem Nights? And he was like, "We gonna get you quick." This Super G. Pow. Yup.
Stop shooting that little gun. Stop shooting that gun.
That's Super G right now to y'all too. Jesus Christ. Okay, Akumu. 3.9 billion. Did this shock you?
I'm not gonna say nothing in case I activate a trap card just in case. So
y'all done scared off a co-host. God damn it, y'all. Oh man,
she's gonna hold her wild card for another time.
All right. So with that being said, we gonna hop into this quick one, and Akumu head off with this. For me, I don't care about this. Gotham Knights is officially 30 frames per second. I'm a 30 frames per second single player dude. I do not care. I'd rather have graphics than 60 frames any day when I'm playing by myself. If it's not a multiplayer game, I don't care about 60. I'll play 30 all the time. So with this being said, did this affect you for Gotham Knights?
No, because a lot like you, I don't care. The only thing when I was reading the article, the only thing that I guess kind of was frustrating for me is just say it. Don't make excuses. It sounded like they were just trying to make excuses. Oh, well, we're only doing 30 because look at everything else we're putting in the game. Look at what we're doing. Look at this. Oh, this has never been done before. This is why. It's like, okay, I don't need the excuses. Like, if you're just gonna put it in the 30 FPS, just say you're putting it in the 30 FPS. Like me personally. Again, personally, because I know not everybody thinks like this. Some people are like, well, why? Why aren't you doing that? So I can see them like, oh, we're going to head off the questions. But at least the article I read, it just came across as we're making excuses on why we can't do this.
I'm about to hit your head on it when you're done. Wait,
no. We ain't going to you. You on Killer Podcast timeout.
I'm gonna blow her mind. I'm gonna blow her mind. You could be like, really, that is something cool. Go ahead.
The only other thing that I guess is, the fact that they dropped like the last gens, like the PlayStation 4 and everything, and they're still not.
Now let me jump in here real quick.
Yeah.
Let me what I say. Did I tell you that game looked wrong? I said that months ago. I was like, there's something wrong with this game.
Yeah.
I said, look at the movement, look at everything, and then to say they dropped last gen. That is a last gen game.
Oh, damn.
Look at it. It looks
Wait a
worse
minute.
than
Wait a
Arkham.
minute. Arkham Knight is the last gen game.
And look better.
And wait a minute. And Arkham Knight, let me give y'all guys some
Trigger.
It doesn't even run
Trap card.
at 60 frames on the Xbox. It runs at 45, but you have to have VRR for it to run smooth. It doesn't even have the next gen patch, but it looks better.
I said that.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna start a GoFundMe, and it's gonna be some lessons for my man. I think he needs to be seek help because he's a wonderful guy. I do not want y'all to think PK is just a rat, but PK is raw. You know what I'm saying?
No, y'all just gotta love his energy.
Yeah, facts. PK crazy. I love
it's
PK.
the enthusiasm,
and we here for it. I support his craziness.
All right, Ham.
All right. I think I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now from the jump. I'm interested in this game.
Okay.
But it's a $30 or $40 game, and I said that before this even came out.
Game Pass. Wait for Game Pass.
I said this is either.
I never say that, but I say wait for Game Pass.
Like I was thinking, this is for me what was that game? Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy was last year. This game looks really interesting. It looks really fun. But I'm not going to pay full price for this.
But that's almost like the reverse. It's almost like the reverse though, because Marvel Guardians,
the Guardians of the Galaxy was beautiful.
Yeah,
it was dope though.
But Batman, this Batman isn't.
this Batman game looks fun for me. Like I said, this game looks fun. Just because the game,
I wouldn't buy Guardians of the Galaxy either, and it was good games.
Guardians of the Galaxy was fantastic, but I got it. I got it during Black Friday. It was on sale for like $36 on Xbox.
Nice.
So I copped it then, and I'm looking at this game the same way. Let's see what you're working with around the holiday season, around Black Friday and whatnot, and I'll probably cop it around that time. But I'm not going to spend no $70 on this game because
Why is it 60 on PC then?
Oof.
Oh my God,
man! I mean, there's a couple. I mean, I feel the same way about Dead Space, even though Dead Space is going to be fire. Like I think Dead Space is going to be fire. It's going to look good. It's
Dead Space.
Run well, but to me, it's just like I don't believe that any remake should ever be full price game.
Right.
Because
you know what? This one is the same. It's some difference to the story, and Isaac talks.
There are differences. There are clear differences. But when you beat the game, is the story like completely different? No,
probably not. Probably
no,
not.
Probably not. No.
They
can't do that. That would make no sense. But all right.
7 remake. I mean, 7 was a turn-based game originally.
Yeah.
So remake was like
actually the whole story was
designed.
The whole story was different though. They changed the story.
They did a lot of changes, but I enjoy it. I ain't gonna front.
I recommend getting this game. I mean, for me, I'm a multiplayer. I love co-op multiplayer games.
Well, they bring it. All right, hold on, man.
Hey, it's only 2-player multiplayer. Don't forget that.
Wait, hold up. After launch, it's 2. After launch, I thought they were bringing 4. No. After launch, they're gonna work on bringing 4, but it's 2-player co-op right now.
Oh, so it's kicking off.
It's kicking off as 2, and then they're gonna bring it down the road. They're gonna bring 4.
Hey, but
even that works for me because I was only planning on playing the 2-player. But if they have 4, I mean, of course, I want to see how that works, and I bet it's gonna be insane.
I don't know because Avengers didn't start out insane and.
It's insane now, though.
You know, I had many problems with that game. And
no, we know you're not going to open that up. You ain't going to open that up.
This is a different conversation, though.
We're not bringing that up. PK going to go crazy. That's
I know where you're reaching. You're being naughty, sir.
Yo, he's crazy.
Yo, look, I played the hell out of that.
Let me get into this $2 super chat, man, for my man Sir X-Man. He's directing shots at you, PK. He said, PK ain't got nothing on my rants. Facts. Now you know what? I can agree. But you so old, you start off a rant, you be like, yeah, and Xbox got this, and then he be like.
I know.
Oh,
Your rant start off good until you fall asleep in the middle of it. Be like, and he wake up and say, "Yeah, forget PlayStation." 2 hours later, panel over.
Wow.
I had to back up my little brother. Don't be doing that to my man. Don't be doing that to my man. But nah, shout out to Sir X, man. Always a pleasure to have you. I stopped by your stream. I think it was today, but I ain't saying nothing. I was doing something around my house, but I stopped by your stream. So G, you done with this? Cause you crap real early. You crapped on it real early.
Exactly.
Right after Kumu.
So I'm a screenshot G for this moment, and we should just make a GIF that come across the screen whenever.
I'm with it. Kool-Aid smiling off, bro. I'm with
it. Boy. Okay. We're gonna get into we got 2 quick topics.
Wait. I didn't get mine in.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You chimed in like 3 times on 3 comments. But you know what? Go ahead. Go ahead. It's all about you, bro. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. I'm calling the cops. I'm Charleston White in your ass.
We did. This is why it's 30 frames. But like we mentioned, it don't even look better than Gotham Knights, and that ran at 720. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Hey, they got ray tracing though. Don't forget, we got ray tracing.
Okay. The other thing is, think about this, and I'm not crapping on the game because I already got press copy, so I'm definitely gonna play it. What I'm gonna say is, if it only runs at 30 on consoles, but it runs at 60 on PC, I wonder how the Steam Deck's gonna run it.
Well, tell us.
And that I will find out. But I tell you this: the Steam Deck's APU is similar to a Series S, but less powerful. So if it can run at 60, there is no reason why that you can't do it on a console.
But at what graphic fidelity though?
800p, my dude.
No, it can run it. We'll see. I'll tell you what the stats are.
Well, you got a Steam Deck.
That's right.
That's good.
That's what I'm blowing your mind with. This is some bull crap. It sounds like you know what it sounds like to me, and I know y'all gonna say I'm a conspiracy theorist. But remember, we've seen all these documents talking about don't make a better version on any other console than PlayStation.
You better stop. I am now.
I knew where that was going, and I just didn't want to say nothing.
Wait a minute. So y'all gonna act here and say that there is no such thing
as parity clauses?
Parity.
There is such thing in console parity, but that don't mean this game has it.
Wait a minute. They did it with Destiny.
They did.
PlayStation's currently calling for it in their demands or CMA's demands. They're currently calling for it. You cannot make this game better on your console than ours.
So if that is true, parity could be the reason why the Series S, because the Series S actually is faster than the PS5. Actually, it is faster. And if the Series consoles can't run it, because I don't believe it can, because if you go look at the damn minimal specs, come on, bro, and it runs at 60.
Dude, 590, a 590, right? What?
With a 3600.
Or are you talking about the CPU, right?
Both.
And the GPU.
No,
CPU
the
and
GPU too.
GPU is a 590.
GPU. I don't think the GPU is stronger than the PS5's GPU on the Series S.
No. We're saying the minimum specs.
We're
saying the minimum.
I think the minimum specs.
I was gonna say there ain't no way.
It's a 1600 GTX 1660 or something, and then an RX 80 with a 3600X, a 3600X, a 36, not even a 39, bro. Like that is nothing. That is nothing.
Don't do that because there's people out there that might be listening that got them CPUs. Come on.
What I'm saying is that is nothing.
A dog walk them PCs.
What I mean is that is nothing to meet a minimal requirement now.
Right.
That
is it's very low specs. It's very low spec.
So you saying that these new consoles that are faster,
the Xbox One specs,
and have better architecture, because that's not even RDNA 2.
Xbox One, PS4 specs, last gen specs, bro.
Facts.
Yeah, see, Super G's comment keep coming up. It sounds to me that Warner Brothers over in Canada just can't do what Rocksteady does. And it's just that we just need to call it for what it is, and we need to point out the fact that PlayStation paid for console parity.
Oh.
Okay.
My goodness.
Do it.
That's tough.
Trigger.
That's not facts. That's just
Hey,
speculation.
PK, you got the heart of the cards?
Yep.
Lord have mercy.
I'm about to summon this damn God card here next.
Can we get into these last two topics, man? We did pretty good though, because we did a whole spotlight on my guy, and we only 24 minutes over. So now we're gonna talk about real quick. Real quick.
I didn't hear what he said.
What PK said? What he said?
I just said, don't take me serious. I just play it.
No, you not. No, you not playing. You're not gonna get out here and lie to the people. You're not playing. We ain't gonna do that and try to act like we exaggerating or bugging. You are who you are, and I love it. Be who you are.
Exactly. I ain't got. I ain't gonna.
Don't believe it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit back and
Who we
listen.
thought you are.
Say what you want to say.
Yo, listen. Yeah, facts. Be yourself.
know.
Be yourself. Okay, we're gonna get into this subject here, man. Now, Project Keystone, right? My man Phil, once again, he started it with many different things on his shelf. Now he got like a shelf watching team out here in these internet streets. This device here. Let's talk about it. Akuma, let's go straight back to you because these other three are ratchet as hell today. So we're gonna go straight to the person with some damn sense in here. Talk to me. What did you think about Phil sneaking quite another thing on the shelf? Because he can't. Phil is slick, man. And this time he wasn't supposed to really put that out, but I guess being the boss, he could do what he want to do. Oh, so talk to me. The streaming box that we see here, aka Keystone prototype.
Yo, the audio sounds weird right now, bro.
Yeah, I can barely hear you. No.
I straightened up now. No, I straightened up now.
They heard you over here revealing their prototype.
Oh, well. Yeah, that wasn't me. That was somebody else's background. That wasn't me. There's no noise in my house.
Your audio just went crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The stream.
I mean, it
the whole
sounds
stream
okay
went
now,
nuts.
but you're literally talking.
If you were watching your show, yeah, the whole stream went nuts. For like
Yeah.
It's
keep
probably
moving. You're
the
good now.
internet gods trying to play with me. They've been on my back all day. It's all right.
It seemed like Scott was trying to drop the call, bro, and held you
We
in, bro.
are working through it now. At least we here, because I'm watching the stream too, but I ain't look when I was talking. Anyway, let's talk. Akuma, what did you think about this box, and what do you think it's going to bring to the table?
I mean, I don't know, because it was a prototype, and as far as we know, they haven't really done anything else with it. Because this was like earlier when they originally were talking about having something like a Fire Stick where people can plug it into their TV, and they can play, Xbox with just that, which would be awesome for people who couldn't afford like an Xbox to be able to stream like some of these games or Gamepass and things like that. But yeah, I don't know if it's a tease or if he's just like remember the past or remember, because like I said, they're throwing it up on everything else, so there's all these other options out there for sure. So I don't know. I don't know if it's really a tease or if it's just like we're paying homage to, an idea that we had that just didn't pan out. So.
Okay. That's it? That's all you got? I know it's quick and easy, but that's it?
I'm trying to keep it quick and easy.
Don't let these suckers scare you off.
I know we got the three guys who might.
Yeah. So I'm going to go to the guy with the most words in the building. Shout out to Super G. Let's go talk about a stream box. What do you think? What do you think it's going to do for the market?
It's good for whoever wants one, bro. I don't knock it. It ain't for me, but I mean, again, Xbox wants to be everywhere. There's another way of doing that, right? Like people put it in their bedroom that don't want a console in their bedroom. They want something little small right there to put in their bedroom.
Right.
It's saving. Yeah, exactly. It's if they're doing it, they have the numbers to know that it's a market out there for it. So.
Facts.
I'm all for it, bro. I have nothing negative to say about it. I'm not gonna buy it, but hey, maybe a gift for somebody.
Yeah, facts. To our illustrious guest who's been awesome at doing what he do. Shout out to my, he's a light-skinned brother, man. We starting to be like the most light-skinned podcast out here once again. It's crazy out in these streets. But shout out to him for being a trigger for my man over here, PK. So with that being said, make sure I know when I want to get PK fired up, I just let you join the stream real quick. So talk about the stream box and what's your feelings on it.
PK, you ready for me to put some flavor in you?
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding.
I'm like that laugh at the beginning before he spoke. I'm like, uh-oh.
He done turned into Craig Mack in here. Holy cow. Flavor in your ear. Wow.
Let me get another beer real quick.
But no, I mean, I don't understand the discourse and people like hating on it. I don't understand that. Like, I love the idea of having something like this, because yesterday I even told you, like, yo, bro, I was at my mama's crib. I drove 3 hours out to my mama's crib and kicked it over there. And then when she went to bed, I hopped on Xcloud on my phone, right, and was playing it on my phone. And I mean, shout out to Xbox for making the controller easily connectable to your phone. All you got to do is hit that search button twice. You just hit that button twice, and it switches over from thinking that you're playing on Xbox to over to your phone, as long as you already have your phone programmed into it. So try that out if you don't already know about it. It's pretty dope. It's really handy, and it saves you. It's really seconds that it saves you. But I mean, everybody likes quick accessibility. So that was dope. But but yeah, I was playing Xcloud through my phone, and it's cool and all, but I'd much rather play on a TV, because I'm sitting here trying to find a comfortable position to sit in to stare at my phone. I'm all looking at my phone for 2 hours in small ass screen. I'm playing Gears of War 4 on it. It's rough. I'm playing NBA 2K23 through remote play, because you have to own that game. Which thank you, Xbox, for giving me another option to be able to play other games, my own games and whatnot. And I think they're actually thinking about bringing that to Gamepass as well, to where you can actually play your own games through the Xcloud in the future, which is something interesting as well. But anyways, the actual streaming device, I'd love to be able to travel with, because I mean, I don't want to lug my brick everywhere, that big old Xbox. I don't want to unplug, and I mean, the more you move it, the more opportunity it is to break something.
That's
like
that.
And so, I mean, there's that. I definitely don't want to move my PlayStation 5, because that thing feels like glass. I mean, moving that thing, you are literally worried any bump it takes or anything like that,
putting it in a
because something could chip.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I'm sitting around, like, whenever I pack that kind of stuff, I put clothes all around it. And, I make sure that it's like extremely protected and whatnot. I'll even put a blanket on top of it before I close the case. But yeah, the streaming device just makes traveling easier. Whether I get the best service or not is kind of the problem right now. But this is, although streaming isn't the best for Xcloud exactly, the direction the market is moving and the way the internet is consistently getting better throughout the years, it is inevitable to have something like this available, especially with something like Stadia shit in the bed. You know what I'm saying? So why not be ahead? And usually, in the mistakes that Xbox made in the past was being ahead, but making it, but forcing the purchase upon it as a bundle. So like the Connect and stuff like that, they forced that upon you, which made you have to spend more. This, like many other services within Xbox, is just accessory at the end of the day.
Right.
You can like you can get it. I think they're trying to sell it possibly in the future with like maybe like a Game Pass subscription with a controller or whatnot. But I'm hoping they do standalones to where people that already have controllers or people that already have Game Pass can just buy it, because I would buy just the dongle by itself and be able to go to my mom's, be able to go to Denver to see the in-laws and travel and stuff like that. And as internet gets better, and accessibility gets better, it's only going to be better. And I'm sure they'll come out with like version 2s and stuff like that run even better than the ones they currently have. This is just the beginning to all this stuff, and Xbox is just getting ahead of themselves as usual, but they're doing it the proper way and not forcing it upon you.
Facts.
So that's where I'm at.
Okay. G, what's up? Talk to me.
I already said mine.
Oh, all right. Well, PK, talk to me.
You went back to him on purpose.
Nah, I don't want no problems, PK. I don't want no problems.
Hey, look. Hey, first of all, let me check in the chat real quick. Is Paris here? Paris in the chat. Okay, because I will confirm that I know for a fact that was a prototype, and that was intentional.
It's always intentional.
And the marketing for it is definitely for anyone who may or may not have console, but also for hospitals, also for therapists, also for all these businesses that may want something else as entertainment available for their guests. So having something like this and just having a small subscription actually is feasible rather than having a whole device. You get what I'm saying? So that is a huge plus. And it's not just the streaming stick. I mean, once the app is licensed to TVs, they'll be on TVs too. But for now, this will be the easiest way to get into the Game Pass, or if also console, of course, for personal use. But I'm thinking broader than that, right? Remember when the Wii hit? Damn near every business had a Wii in their lounge area, right? They just had one for their guests,
right?
Because it was something casual that anyone could do and play. Now think fast forward. Now you don't even need a whole machine. You just need an HDMI plug and plug it in, and a couple controllers sitting to the side somewhere, and you're good.
Facts.
And it's much cheaper, much easier investment, and you're good. So
PK, I'm actually kind of curious if it's gonna be 2-player. I am curious about that.
What?
If you're gonna be able to connect to multiple controllers and play local.
Yeah, you'd be able to
on that off of that device.
You'd be able to play multiple.
That'd be interesting.
I don't know about local because the only storage it has is for apps. So you're not gonna be installing games or anything. It's just gonna be streaming.
Well, I'm talking about local multiplayer.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Since
like a fighting game.
It's still going to be online. It's going to be an online device at all times because, it doesn't have storage to install games. It might have enough for apps like Netflix and all the other multimedia stuff. But as far as full games, that's not going to happen. The devices, if you ever seen what a Roku looks like, it's the same size and shape as that. And it functions the same way. So I don't think that's the device now, but it's the same thing. They're similar to Fire Stick, Google TV, all that good stuff.
All right. That's what's up, man. I think it's an awesome situation. I'm going to go real quick before we get into this last topic of CMA. Microsoft accusing them of adapting Sony's mindsets. But I'm going to say this for the record. You go on vacation, I'm taking this device. You got kids in the house, you put this in their room, right? It's quick, easy, fast, and accessible. That's just what it is. And being at Game Pass, we see, obviously, people are playing it and using it. Xcloud is an option. It's a beautiful option. It's not the premier way to play games, but it's definitely something you could take a young kid to give them this box. If they drop this with the whole family plan of Game Pass, would be crazy. Because now you have 5 accounts or 4 accounts, whatever it might be, and you drop this with the services. You just give the kid, set it up, and you done, right? You already got Fortnite and things of that nature on there, and you got a ton of other games that's on Xcloud. So I see this as being a win. I see this being a great vacation tool because I don't like looking around my consoles. You know what I'm saying? And if I got to play on the cloud to get my experience, even if I'm just playing single player games, I would prefer to do that. You can't say, well, people's internet service is not up to speed. Well, that sounds like a you problem. But for those people that is, or you're in a situation that your internet's good, this is a great damn option. So I'm proud of Microsoft for expanding. I'm proud of them to bringing their content, Game Pass to VR. because once again, I have another platform that I cannot be home and take my VR with me in my carrying case, and we out. So these are all good avenues of bringing people and getting them involved into your platform. And Microsoft has changed the game. Even when they don't get the credit, they're definitely doing what they do. And I hope Sony and other companies follow suit, right? Because look at right now. People don't pay attention to the Switch in terms of online cloud gaming, but they have cloud gaming over there also. You know, they're testing Resident Evil 8 now for that to be on a service. So listen, cloud is here to stay. It's not going nowhere. Like I said, you want that great fidelity. You want the 4K flawless graphics. You want a console. But nobody's mad about gaming on their cell phone or PC, or some of these G-Cloud devices, or the Razer Edge 5G that's supposed to be shown today has built-in 5G service coming from Verizon, also sponsored by Xbox. Another device. You know, they made, Logitech made the G-Cloud. People are seeing people playing on the cloud, and everybody want to have a device to take with you. Because Hamso, I don't like playing on my phone. And I'm a big guy, and I have big phones, right? I don't like playing on the phone. I don't like the touch screen. I don't want to hook up a controller. I'd rather have a dedicated device that I can sign in.
S20 Note. This motherfucker big, and I still don't like playing on it.
Yeah, I got a Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, and I also got a Surface Duo 2. And I like playing on my Surface Duo 2 because I'm not touching my screen, because I use the second screen as the controller. And I also have a controller for it too. But, you know, I'd rather have a separate device. Especially I'm looking at that Razer Edge because it's 5G. You get your little plan and you play your games, you know what I'm saying? Or you get the G-Cloud and use a cell phone. Either way, it's a better option to have 7 inches and 5 inches or 5.5 inches or whatever it might be for the Edge. But it's better to have a separate device, as you know, like it entails. That's what I believe in. I want to have a Blu-ray player. I don't want to use my Xbox or PlayStation to watch 4K movies. I just don't do it. It's blasphemy to me. But I think this is a good situation.
You said it though, options. It's just options.
It's options, right? That's what
At
it's
the end
about.
of the day.
And when people don't like options, good luck to you, because you ain't gonna get nowhere in life without no options. Because that's why these companies are out here bringing you different formats. Microsoft is putting their stuff in multiple services. They don't care where you play their games at. You in Gamepass, that's all they care. Besides the other part of the gaming division. So now we're going to talk about Microsoft accusing the CMA of adapting the Sony mindset, and they have taken it to the second phase over there, which is now out of the CMA hands, and it's going to be in other regulatory hands to make these decisions with this deal. They basically what they said is, we scared of games going into Game Pass for Sony's sakes. And for once again, I'm going to regurgitate what I said last weekend. The CMA, Brazil, the Saudis, the FCC, their job is to protect the workers of these companies and the consumer, not the corporate. This is why it seems to be biased. Sony seems to basically shoot themselves in the foot with these statements. And another point is, Microsoft is using all the bells and whistles to even taking this to court. It goes to court. CMA can't say anything once they hit a court building. And they don't want to really go through that. But with that being said, Mr. Zakumu, what did you think about Sony going straight? Microsoft going straight at Sony's head about this whole deal that they know is playing, they're playing sides.
Yeah, I mean, they are playing sides, because basically, if you read the statements, their whole statements basically talk about Sony. It's not good for Sony. They don't talk anything about the consumers. It's just all about Sony. So, yeah. I think it's ridiculous because it's not like, because I remember one part of their statement said something about, it would like take Sony out of the competition, or it would not allow them to compete anymore, which I was like, that's not true. Sony has the ability to compete. Sony just doesn't want to have to compete. I mean, that's what it is in the end. Sony is that one that worked really hard and did all that, and then was just like, I'm just gonna coast, and then we're gonna get lazy because it worked before, so it's gonna keep working, right? And we're just gonna do that. Meanwhile, you have Microsoft, the Xbox would push, do new things, see what works, see what doesn't, and now they're there, and now Sony's like, well, wait a minute. Now we have to catch up to y'all, but we don't want to do that because we grew comfortable. We like the status quo. We want to stay with the status quo. We don't want changes. So that's why, Sony is being like that, because again, we talked about it with last week's podcast about, it was fine when Sony was the bully, but now they're the ones being bullied, and they're like, this is not fair. Now they want to cry about it. And they're like, this is wrong. How dare you do this to us? Kind of like, what have we ever done to y'all? It's just like, really? So I just think it's ridiculous that they're taking the side of Sony on this, because it's like, well, y'all had nothing to say when Sony was doing all these other things. Where was the concern as well when Sony raised prices in the EU for their games and their consoles and everything? Where was all that concern for? Sony has bought studios. Granted, they're not as big as this whole Activision Blizzard, but it still happened.
Oreo's a PlayStation for you.
Apparently. But they had no issues with that, but everybody was quiet about that. But now it's just this, and it's Microsoft, and all of a sudden people are going crazy, and it's just like, or at least this board is going crazy, and they're just like, well, no, because Call of Duty is the best game out there, and you're gonna take it off the market for PlayStations and everything. And it's just like, first of all, I would be, if I was these other companies, I'd be kind of mad, because it's just like, man, am I a joke to you? Like, Battlefield has a pretty good following. I'm like,
Let me ask you a question, Akumu, real quick. Very simple.
Yeah.
Does Nintendo have Call of Duty?
To be fair, I don't know if it does. I haven't played on it.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. No, it doesn't. All right.
Okay, so how are they doing over there?
Oh, they're doing just fine.
Oh, okay.
They're doing
market leader.
Fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. To be fair, I don't play any kind of shooters on like Nintendo.
Yeah, they don't have it, and they're doing fine.
Okay, but that's another thing. So they're doing absolutely fine then, right? So, Sony they just need to step their game up. That's really what it is. And then, like I said, though, they were happy with the status quo. They grew lazy. They don't want things to change because they know that if this acquisition goes through, they're going to have to work, and they don't want to work. They got used to not working. They got used to just gliding.
I think that's part of it, but I think it's more to it. I think it's they looking at the finances they would lose by this acquisition, because their games, their exclusives cost a lot to make, and they make up a lot of their extra money off of Call of Duty.
Right. But the thing is they still have the ability to compete.
They can, but it's going to be much harder for them. Because I'm telling you, they bank a lot on that money. That
they $5 billion up, right? They $5 billion up. They make $1.5 billion off of Call of Duty. You take that away, they $3.5 billion still up. Oh well, you can have some of the money, not all of it.
No, I'm not saying it's an issue, but I'm just saying that's
what I'm saying. Like,
to continue to put out what they call their bangers and all that, it costs a lot of money. Their marketing costs a lot of money. They put Spider-Man on the side of buildings, on the side of the subways.
They have Call of Duty marketing.
That too, so like it's they looking at the money they're gonna lose.
And 360 gave it up going into the generation of Xbox One because they tried to renew it, and Microsoft said we ain't renewing nothing because they didn't see the quality in the games at the time.
And what how did that affect them now? That helped them in the PS4 generation for sure. So I think it more or less go along with that, bro. That they're afraid of losing that extra income that comes with
But like you said, they would struggle. But I think the end here is, while they struggle, it wouldn't take them out of the competition.
No, of course not.
That's kind of what, but it's just they're looking at, because this board is saying, oh, that would take them out of the competition, and that's what I'm saying. No, it wouldn't. Yes, you're right. They would struggle, but it wouldn't take them out of the competition.
They wouldn't even struggle. It's just when they wouldn't have the money that they once had before. If they continue with that output, which will probably even force them to move day and date faster with their subscription, because they'll be trying to look and get that money right away, instead of waiting a year or whatever, or even boxing the games in. Because even though they're games like Horizon, they put it in to the box already, and that's how they're selling it. But if they lose out on certain different type of money, then you'll see them probably go day and date with the subscription, and that way they get more members with that consistent flow of money and that membership than try to bet and bank on them selling more when it's boxed in.
Right. The same thing could be said. Maybe that's why they're looking at, the PC now. Maybe that's why they're testing stuff out on the PC, because it's like, oh, you might not have a PlayStation, but you might have a PC, so we can sell some games, on that. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, kind of like the bottom line is their statement. They're like, oh no, this would take them out of the competition, and no, it wouldn't.
That is not true.
So Sony's pushing so hard because they don't want to have to work. They like you're saying, they want the money, they want that money that they keep getting without having to work for it. Essentially, like that for me, in my opinion, that's what it comes down to.
Facts. Okay.
And the CMA is just flat out wrong. We talked about it last week. We said the wording, and we said that Brazil was like the nail in the coffin. Everything in Brazil said was like the template that they need to just take forward and show every single regulation for every country.
Yep.
And
well, it's not that many, because they only went to the major ones that are involved in this. It's not those smaller ones.
Even so, bro, it's still the template.
And 2 out the 2, 3, 4.
Well, I mean, it's not like they're not aware of it. Come on, man.
Right. But I'm just saying, it just makes what the CMA it just makes the CMA look worse, bro, and it's painting them in a different.
They on their
light.
Twitter advertising this. They're proud of it.
Yep.
Okay.
Bro, it's just crazy, bro.
Somebody got cut a check.
The wording. Oh, facts, and the wording just look wrong, bro. By them just constantly. Did you guys see that interview with
Take-Two's boss?
Yes, bro. Oh my gosh.
I didn't. What did he say?
That lady,
he approves the deal.
She was grilling him.
Yeah.
She was trying to play him, and he was fast on his feet.
Wait,
bro. He was getting irritated with it.
I put it in the chat. I put it in the chat.
Bro.
I wanted you to explain it, dude. Come on.
Well,
give me a picture, like an anime. Let's do it.
She was trying to imply certain things and trying to get him like caught up in his wording, and he wasn't having it, bro. And you could see that he got upset, but he was on it, bro. Like he answered everything the right way.
She tried to make him look like Microsoft was basically a bully, and this is not fair to Sony. And he was like, no one game determines anybody else's game around the industry.
And then the crazy thing about it, she's doing that to the wrong person. She's doing that to the one guy who owns a company that rivals Call of Duty. Like, how stupid can she be?
Right.
This guy is not worried about Call of Duty.
That's right.
Because GTA is right there, just smacking Call of Duty up too, bro.
And then he was like, when that game comes out, other games come out during the course of the year. That one game is not affecting everybody at all. It's not. Right.
And just from his wording, you look at all the other games that aren't affected by it, like Fortnite.
Well, just look at Nintendo, who is not affected by it.
Right, a whole company, whole console.
It's just crazy to see the amount of work that's going into
it's
like protect Sony.
Listen, only the CMA is doing that. Ain't nobody else did. Ain't nobody else did that.
That's going into it, bro.
Right, they just think they slick. But y'all looking real bad in these streets.
That female interviewer, she wasn't the first one to do that. We've seen it from several other interviews. It's just crazy. That's why I say, like, the amount of work that's being put in and stuff that's being said to possibly benefit or help Sony in this argument. It's crazy that, like, the length people are going to do that. And it continuously just makes Sony look bad.
Yes, it does.
Just makes them look bad. It makes them. That's why Jim Ryan's name is the legend, the myth, whatever it is of Jim Ryan just continues to grow. They're constantly adding to his name by the day, bro. Lion crying, whatever the hell. It just adds.
6'9" Ryan. Let's go. 6'9".
Whatever it is, bro. But it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. And
all right.
It's just blatant.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, but it's so blatant, bro. Like
you help him run a multi-billion-dollar division, and you just crying and don't make sense. This is not fair to us. Final Fantasy deals, Street Fighter deals, Final Fantasy 16 deals, all these special level for Hogwarts.
Yeah,
come on,
that's still gonna.
That's
bro.
fair. That's fair to us. What you're trying to do is make people.
They're getting that Oni suit in this Call of Duty, this upcoming Call of Duty, bro. They're getting the Oni.
You trying to make sure people.
Right after that came out.
Right. Right. So look, man, let's move into Ham, man. You want to chime in a little bit more, PK, before we move to the guests and do our outros?
I ain't saying nothing. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, Ham.
Oh, he's waiting on me. He's waiting on me.
He's waiting for the trigger. I'm gonna call you Smith and that boy Wesson because y'all dangerous. Let's go.
So I think it's I mean it's really interesting because Jim Ryan used to run PlayStation Europe. Right. So that's really interesting how it just so happens to seem that when the CMA went to do their research, they were like, yo, I'm ready to do research now, but they can't see nothing. They can't see nothing. The things that they're complaining about is insane. Like, bruh, they literally put in like that Microsoft's first party titles are not available on any multi-platinum subscription or multi-game subscription service other than Gamepass. How about Deathloop? How about Bethesda games? What's going on there? ESO. What are you talking about?
I got a question for you, Ham.
They didn't pull out like some of the games that PlayStation has or had prior to the deals either. So like Hellblade, stuff like that. Like it's still there.
I got a question for you, Ham.
About? What's
they
up?
talking about Microsoft's first party games being in Game Pass, right? What about PlayStation games? They're not on other platforms. First party.
No, you don't see Spider-Man over here.
Right.
I remember Randall Thor said something like, I don't remember being able to turn on my console and play God of War or turn on my Xbox and play God of War or Spider-Man and all this other stuff and whatnot. So it's just like, what does that have to do with anything? And then they also brought up a subject about, or they were told that, Nintendo doesn't have to need this stuff to be able to compete, and they're like, this has nothing to do with Nintendo.
No, they said that's not sufficient evidence, is what they were saying. That's not enough evidence.
and then they turned around and used Nintendo as an argument. So the one thing that they say, yo, this has nothing really to do, this isn't sufficient enough, they use something else from Nintendo and call it sufficient.
They were making things up.
Yeah,
like it was literally like they had their just hands over their eyes and said, we did all the best research that we did and we came to this conclusion. And it's just like, no, man. No, what you guys did was get real buddy with one company.
And they paid somebody a lot of money to write up get a write-up together.
Let me get to the super chat real quick,
Let's keep
Ham.
it real.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
ahead. Let's keep it real. These governing bodies, as much as they like to say they care about the consumers, they don't.
They don't.
None of these governing bodies
job.
care about the consumer.
That's their job.
Everybody, including governing bodies, have a preference. Everything does. Everything comes with a preference. That's why you can shout from the top of your lungs that you're a Democrat, but if you say one wrong thing, everyone looks at you like a Republican.
That's a fact.
Because it's preference. It has nothing to do with what you claim. It has to do with what you stand for at the end of the day. And it clearly shows what they stand for and because it was wild. Brazil said what they said, and then they turn around and do the opposite and then say it's for the consumer. And it's like, wait a second. You are literally telling me that this company in first place is sweating something that's a couple places behind. I've heard plenty of PlayStation fans say, I'd like to see this go through just so PlayStation can get off their ass and do something.
Facts. Instead of crying.
There's plenty of PlayStation fans out there that are just like, dude, I'm tired of hearing about this. Let this thing just go through so PlayStation can come out with a banger. And I'm like, yo, I'm with that, because if they come out with something more fire than Call of Duty, I'm going to play it on PlayStation. I'm going to.
But they never
hold back.
They never came out with Call of Duty in the first place. That's kind of the point.
No, something to compete. Call of
Duty was on the Xbox first.
They had Killzone. They killed it. They had Resistance. They killed it.
It killed itself.
Well, you can't bring out a game and match it against the Chief and say this is the Halo killer. You did that. So when people played it, they expected something to kill Master Chief. The Covenant been trying to kill him for years. It's not going to happen. That's a fact. But let me get to the super chat. Shout out to the legendary Dragon High Yobi. My brother's in the building. What's really disgusting is Sony is going out and all to get all this blocked, but they're not going out for the people who buy and consume their products. And you're going to get a fax for that one, because that is absolutely the truth, my brother. That is crazy that they, listen, where was the CMA's part of the argument was, we're scared that Microsoft will be the dominant force with cloud gaming and be able to raise their prices on the people. Where the hell was that energy when Sony raised the prices for the PlayStation?
Wait a minute, where was that energy when they came out with
country,
that raggedy,
That price ain't higher here. That price is higher over there,
bro.
Huh? It was $25 in Europe, yo. That PlayStation Now when it first launched. Nobody cared. Nobody said nothing.
Well, take us home on this, PK. Take us home.
Hey, look, everybody said a good thing. And I think you guys have really articulated the point that someone had got paid off. And these guys are definitely going to push this out. But I do know for one thing.
Fucking guy.
What you don't want to do is piss off the dudes that run your OS. Okay? And piss off the dudes that run your cloud. You can say you go to AWS all day, but you still got to pay for the OS, for that license, for that Windows, because you definitely ain't running a full Linux stack. I guarantee that one, Stinky. You ain't running a full Linux stack, so don't act like you are. And don't act like AWS ain't more expensive, because it is. I know. Because I got paid for it too. What I'm making is,
all right.
What I'm making is, at the end of the day, I don't think none of these tricks will track it. I mean, honestly, Microsoft got a lot of money. Just going to spend a lot of money on their freaking lawyers to go fight it, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I sent you guys the actual purchase document, the agreement, dude, with Satya's name signed at the bottom. You think this dude, the chairman, is going to let this go quietly?
No.
Heck no. This is going to go through, and they're running out the clock.
That's like going to the car dealership and you get outbidded by somebody who's worth 50 times less than you. That's not supposed to happen.
I just seen this dude say that PlayStation got $200 billion and about to buy Warner Brothers.
I've seen that joint. Wow.
I was like,
how they
gonna have more money than the entire company
they said
worth?
Microsoft had millions. Microsoft only had millions.
Dude, how you gonna have more money? And Sony is only worth $79 billion, which is only $9 billion in Activision and sells.
Well, technically, Activision costs more than Sony. Xbox is getting it at a deal because of the trauma and the drama. Like when the Clippers were sold, it was worth more than $2 billion at the time. They got a deal because that owner was doing some different stuff.
You said Microsoft only has a $500 million. I was like, no, you didn't.
Yeah. See, those guys we need some intervention for those.
No,
let's pray for them.
No,
let's pray
fact.
for them.
We need to pay for some counseling for them. PK is fine.
But yeah. Far as
I can hear
Jim
this
Ryan,
the thought, right?
Yo, they sending him out there, and it's not him making this decision. It's the Japanese dudes that's telling this dude to go out there and do this, right? Yo, he does have some partners over there in UK. He
went to school with two dudes on the board.
Yeah, he got partners over there. He leveraging his favors.
They used to get drunk at them frat parties together. He calling in favors. I ain't mad at him. You supposed to. It's just y'all look stupid. You're right. It ain't gonna work. Stay getting drunk with each other. But listen, man, we got to get out of here. I'm gonna go to our illustrious just everybody, man. Give this man a round of applause. Go check out his podcast. His link is in the chat. His Twitter's in the chat. Oh, excuse me. It's in the description, like everybody else is on the panel. Yo, thanks, brother, for coming through. Be awesome guest, man.
My pleasure.
Shout out to how your history in gaming was awesome, man. I like your game selection. Awesome. And don't be afraid to get any of my panel members on that wonderful show you got over there, because
I'd love to.
Everybody here is different. We do different stuff. We really don't do the same type of gaming, even though PK think he the Overwatch queen, and I said queen. Facts. He think he's some type of specialist in Overwatch. But anyway, Ham, tell them where they can find you, man. What you got coming up this week, and I can't wait to get on your podcast and enjoy some time over there also.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you can find me Ham Solo 05 Gaming on Twitter, and then on YouTube you can find me at TSWS Gaming. Stands for They Said We Said. You can find me on there Tuesday and Thursdays doing Behind Them Sticks with various people around the world. With all it all has to do with gaming and in your history and what you think is going to be going down, and just perceptions and everything like that. It's a show that really spotlights the gamer that you are. So yeah, I'd be more than happy to definitely have some of your panel members on here. Remember, it's a camera podcast, so you are showing yourself if you decide to show up.
Is that a shot at me? Yo,
no.
No, it's a reminder to anybody that wants to be on in the future and whatnot. It's just I'm doing a show where it's like it's all about you, so I feel like you should show yourself as well. It's just how it is. I like to say it's clarity. It's clarity on who people are. So yeah, and then every Friday I do a show called Bull Sitting with me, Loke, and Cozy Beluga every Friday at 3.
Shout out to the serial killer.
Central.
Shout out to the serial killer.
Yeah. Cozy's insane. She ate pig's feet on stream, poured them into the bowl.
Yes.
So you got to see the splash and all that.
Yes, I'm with all that smoke. Let's go. Pig feet, stand up.
And it was something I didn't need to see. It was definitely something I didn't need to see.
I might get on the show and she could do that.
Shout out
too.
to my panel members. Yeah, they're absolutely fantastic as well. So definitely stop by the show if you guys want to check it out, or if you want to be on the show, holler at me on Twitter and we can get it popping.
All right. Let me get into the super chat from the legendary Mr. Dragonheart Yobi, one of the most inspirational guys on Twitter, man. If you need your spirits being raised, this guy always got something positive to say, man. Definitely a great entity and spirit in this gaming space. Thank you for the $5 super chat. If this deal gets blocked, what you think Microsoft gonna do with their $69 billion? It's really on after that, and that's a fact. Tokyo-ish, boy. Let's get it popping. Let's go, Florida, South Florida. Let's go. So now, Queen B, Master Queen B, new job prospect, big things happening, promotions, moving up in the world. Tell them where they can find you, what you doing, what you got going on this week.
Same thing usually. Streaming, you can find me over on Twitch. Hopefully soon YouTube. I had some issues when I tried streaming on YouTube, but hoping to get those hammered out. Then later tonight I'm actually going to be streaming the beta for that new Warhammer game that came out, so I'm excited to check that out.
What Warhammer? The first person one?
Dark Tide.
Yeah, Dark Tide.
There's a beta and it's out this weekend?
Yeah.
I signed up for that. I ain't get it.
Are you on PC? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Let's move on. This guy needs attention this weekend.
And then of course I'm gonna pray for you. So it's Spooktober. So you're gonna see horror games on my channel. I love horror games in general, but Spooktober, that's when we really just bust them out and we go hard on the horror games. So.
All right. Mr. Talk a Lot, the man at the bottom, Super G. Talk to me, brother.
Damn.
Always a pleasure to have. Straight to the point, ass.
Hey, why beat around, bro?
Yo, no facts. Talk to me.
Hey,
G.
but it's the same stuff, man. Same stuff. Like I say, every Saturday, go check out the channel. We have plenty of content dropping. I'm gonna be dropping a lot of guess some stuff we had to delete from the channel. I'm gonna re-upload it, so it'll all be there soon. It's a lot though. I got to do like 30 videos for this one series, another 40.
YouTube gave you some beef?
Oh, dude, yeah. And then we just kind of new agreement with Web Novel, so we're gonna start doing their content, and they're actually paying us for it, which is pretty dope. So we'll have the backing of Webtoon, Web Novel, and Billy B Comics all supporting us, and also Shrine Comics. So all of them we have partnerships with, so we can do content from their sites, and we'll have links to their sites there, and you guys go check them out. And I think that's it. And I mean, you can find me everywhere else: Twitter, Xbox, PlayStation, all the same, super_G and all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next Saturday.
Facts, man. Facts. PK, the most electrifying dude that's not on screen right now.
Okay, I guess I'm embarrassing 108 Dragons TV.
No, you're not. It wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me pull up your stuff. It wouldn't let me pull up your stuff. You want to see a big S that says Skype? I'm not showing that. It wouldn't show your icon.
Yo, we good.
They hear you though.
Hey, what I want to say is thank you, Ham Solo, for coming to the 108 Dragons Den. Thank you. Yeah. Great to have you. I like the rest in the background. Listen, everyone in the chat, everyone that watched the show later, hey, thank you for everyone, because it wouldn't be a show without you, obviously.
Facts.
And for me, I'm always on 4GQ TV. We just did an interview with what was her name? I'm embarrassed because I'm having a brain fart. But she has a new TV show coming out. It's Monster High on Nickelodeon. I think the last week I took her. She is the main character, Dracula's daughter. We just did that, and we have some more coming up. But most importantly, we'll have our podcast again every Thursday at 6:30. And definitely my DMs are open, and I am always open for gaming. I game mostly on everything. I just don't play online on PlayStation. And don't breathe heavy 108. I'm just throwing it out there.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me. I think that was G. That wasn't me.
Hey, overstitching, bro.
Oh, I wasn't. He assumed it was me. I ain't say one word.
My gaming has no limit.
Yeah, that's a fact. Neither do your goddamn achievements and trophies. A lot of things.
Yes, I average about 15,000 a month in achievements on Xbox and about 5,000 on Steam.
He playing on Rattalinka games. Don't be fooled, y'all. Download them.
$1.99, baby.
Hey, Rattalinkas.
Hey, listen.
Love those. Love those. He got 4,000 scored on Rattalinkas.
Hey, listen. Don't hate on me on that. But I also 1,000 other games, such as
he's like, look, I support the devs.
Such as Saints Row.
Trigger.
Eternal.
Trigger.
You don't want to go there because I
Trigger.
1,000 hard ass games that nobody even thought about playing.
Trigger. Did you 1,000 Hades?
Yes.
Oh damn!
Go check
me.
Check me.
Never mind. My bad. I'll stay in my lane. I know when I'll check myself. Damn. Well, listen, man. Shout out to everybody that pulled up tonight. Whether you're watching now or later, give yourselves a round of applause. It is greatly appreciated to have y'all here, giving us your time, being who you are, man. It's another podcast under the belt, and I just love doing this content for everybody, man, and just being part of this community. We do it from the heart, we do it from the love, and we definitely always try to bring you the facts. And like I always say every week, man, and I'll see y'all next week too. Bring your game and definitely not your name, and I will see y'all next week. Have some good times, hang out with your lady, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, do something nice for them, give them some flowers. Give people flowers while they're alive, people. Don't wait till things happen. That's a fact. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Peace out.